Hello, hello, hello. Can you guys hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. I am so excited to chat with you guys tonight. My lighting is terrible because I'm in a hotel. My lighting is terrible, but thank God y'all don't have to see my face. You just have to see my slides. Hello, hello. Hey, y'all. I'm super excited. Where are you guys tuning in from? Let me know in the chat where you're tuning in from. I'm currently in Atlanta, but I live in the St. Louis area. Okay, ATL girl. Hey, New York, Cleveland, Boston, Alabama, Atlanta, North Carolina, South Carolina, Houston, Jamaica, Trinidad and Tobago. Hello, Montreal. Brooklyn, Toronto, Canada. Oh my goodness. Y'all are everywhere. I am super excited. Memphis, Compton, Chicago, another Chicago. Beautiful. Maryland, New Jersey, Virginia, Barbados. Hello. Two Phillies back to back. Do y'all know each other? That's amazing. Well, I'm super excited. Like I said, I feel like most of you have probably been to a class with me at some point. If you have not, you are in for all the gems. Um, yeah, I'm one of those people where I don't know how to sugarcoat, and I also don't know how to like gatekeep. It's just not in me. It's so much work to try to keep something away. So I am here to talk to you guys about how to increase your sales. For the rest of this year and into 2025, there are so many things that are like changing and that have um just like evolved in the last year, like this year alone. And I just find that so many people are feeling really down about their business and kind of lost about what the next step is for the business or whether the business is even for them anymore and things like that. So hopefully after tonight's call, you guys will feel a lot more confident and more so clear, and you have a lot more clarity about why things are going the way that they are and ultimately what to do to fix it. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and we are going to get started. Let's see. 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Share screen. Okay, so you guys should be able to see my screen now. Let me know in the chat if you can see it. I'm going to go ahead and make this bigger once I find my first slide. I have a bajillion slides because, like I said, I ain't got nothing to hold back today. I am just here to give y'all the things, the things and the things. Cool. Okay, perfect. Let me make this big and we are going to hop right in here. Woo! All right, y'all. So tonight we're going to talk about how product-based businesses can achieve consistent sales without big budgets or endless discounts. I really wanted to include that because, there's a part of the industry that feels like they need a ton of money to make this business work. There's another half that feels like they can't make money if they are not offering big discounts or endless discounts, like Fashion Nova is always on sale, things like that. Like they just feel like if they're not doing these things or if they don't have this, it's impossible for them to make consistent sales. And I want you to know that that couldn't be further from the truth. And then secondly, I named this about product-based businesses because I always have people come to my webinars and they'll say, I have a brick and mortar store, or I don't sell clothes. I'm not a boutique. Is this class for me? Yes, friend, it's for you. If you sell a tangible, physical product that you are going to ship to someone's doorsteps, this class is for you. Okay. So I am not gonna take a long time introducing myself. I'm Jans. I don't look nothing like that. I ain't got blonde hair and I don't have a bob right now, but she's cute. I'm the founder of Brazen Boutique and the Boutique Academy. I've had Brazen Boutique for almost 6 years now. I'm actually in the process of rebranding my business, which I'm really excited to formally launch somewhere between the end of this month and next month, God willing. And then I'm also the founder of a company called the Boutique Academy, where I help online boutique owners and product-based business owners grow their business to profitability. All right, that's all I got for y'all. I ain't giving y'all my long spiel about my journey and all that because we ain't here for that. Okay. So I have a quick question for you guys. Do you know what habits you need to develop and what actions you should take to make $100,000? Give me a 1 in the chat if yes. Give me a 2 in the chat if no. Do you know what habits you need to develop and what actions you should take to make $100,000 from your business? Let me know. Let's see. We got a 1. We got any more? Okay, we got a 1 and a 2. No, we got 2, mostly 2s. I need organization and guidance. We got mostly 2s, mostly 2s. We got another 1. Okay, okay. Okay. All right, we gonna see. Them 1s. I love a 1. I love that, period. Okay, perfect. All right, so I guess that most of you would say no, probably not, but it's likely because you've never asked someone directly, what does it take for me to make the money that I want to make? And the reason that I know that that's the case is because, I've been coaching for a really long time, what feels like a really long time. It's been like 5 years. And very, very not often do people just say like, how do I make $1 million? How do I make $100,000? Like they come to me and ask like, how many times should I post per day? How many emails should I send? What's the best day, best time to do the things? And it's just like, whenever you want, however many times you want, like that, those things, those types of decisions are not the things that we should be talking about when it comes to money. Okay. Yes, absolutely take note. I mean, the notes would be for you. They wouldn't be for me. So if you are a note taker, I would definitely recommend to take notes. So I want you guys to ask me, what does it take to make $100,000? What does it take to make whatever amount of money it is that you want to make? Tell me in the chat by the end of this year, for the rest of the year. So from today until December 31st, how much more money would you like your business to make between now and the end of 2024? Let me know in the chat. I really want to know. Let me know. Let me know. Okay, we got 30K. Okay, 500K, period. At least 10K, 30K, 10K. We got another 300K. I know that's right. 20K, 134,000. That's very specific. 40K, 20K, 30K, 100K, 5K, 75K, 30K, 50K, 50K, 10K. Perfect. I love a K. I love any number with a K on it. Okay. I love any number with a K on it. Period. Okay. So let's get into it. Okay. So as a product-based business owner, I've made $100,000 11 times. Basically, that means I made 1.1, a little bit over $1.1 million since I started my business. And actually, it's not since I started my business, it's since I've been on Shopify. I switched to Shopify in August of 2019, and I started my business in November of 2018. So let's say like there's about 9 months. What would that be? November? No, that's longer than 9, like 10 months. 10 months of sales that are missing. I don't know where they are. So it's more than 11 times. I don't know. But since I've been on Shopify, I've made $100,000 11 times, which equates to about $1.1 million. However, as an online business owner in general, I've made $100,000 43 times, meaning I've made $4.3 million. And as I mentioned earlier, I've only been in business for almost 6 years. It hasn't been that long. And yeah, I just want to tell y'all what that looks like. What does the math look like? What does the marketing look like? So on and so forth, because I hate to say it this way, but it isn't as hard as we make it out to be. Once I figured out what I needed to do, I just kept doing it. And here we are. Okay. Yes, this is sales, not profit. We're not talking profit today. We're talking about sales. Okay. Now what I will say is that I pay myself a very reasonable and handsome 6-figure salary from my business. Let me say that. So no, it's not profit. However, I pay myself very nicely from my business. All of that money is not in Jance's bank account. No, I am not a millionaire. I am a 6-figure-naire. Okay. All right. So I've taught hundreds of people how to build 6 and 7-figure businesses because it became really easy for not only me to do it for myself, but also to teach other people how to do it. And I'm hoping that tonight you guys also walk away feeling like you are the next 6 and or 7-figure business as well. And I know the girlies likes receipts, so here are my receipts. But specifically, I wanted to show you how long it took me to make $500,000 and then how quickly I was able to make that double that basically. So as I mentioned, I launched on Shopify in August of 2019. From August of 2019 till September 5th, I crossed $500,000. So on September 5th, that's when I crossed $500,000. So it took me 2 years and 26 days after launching on Shopify to make $500,000. And then as far as making $1 million, I hit $1 million in sales on February 10th of 2023. So that was exactly 3 years, 6 months, and 1 day after I launched on Shopify. So I wanted to mention it this way because that's not a long time, y'all, in the grand scheme of things. I am 34 years old. Before I started my business, I had worked in retail for 11 years. I had never seen $100,000 salary. I'd never seen $1 million. I didn't even imagine that I could accomplish something of that nature. And then I launched a business, figured out how to make the money, and $1 million just occurred. It was the craziest thing. So this is from Shopify. I'm a Shopify girly. I highly recommend that people move to Shopify because it just is the best. In all honesty, yes, this is all online. None of this is in person. So yeah, okay. All right. So moving on because we got a lot to cover. Once I made $100,000 once, I mastered how to do it over and over again. So I want to tell you or ask you, is any of this how you're feeling right now? And I would imagine that it is because I felt this way at some point. So you have new inventory coming in faster than the old inventory is going out. You're like buying rapidly, but the sales are not coming rapidly or not as rapidly as you thought that they would. Your website is full of great products, but your bank account is not full of money. You're getting decent website traffic, but the sales just aren't adding up. You're like, why do I have so many people coming and not so many people buying? It seems like no one is seeing your content. Nobody's engaging with it. You're wondering whether the content is bad, if it needs to change, if it needs to improve. You feel like you've tried everything and you're maybe ready to quit. Some of your favorite brand owners have quit and left you wondering if it's even worth it. And you don't even know where to start or what to do to make it better. Anybody feel like this? Danielle said, yup, definitely. Listen, I know I've been there before. It has happened. And I just want you to know you are not alone, okay? Said, yes, I'm tired. This, yes. Yes, ma'am. Listen, I know. I know. Plus, I talk to business owners every day, so I know. I know. So I know. I really want you guys to know you are your own problem. You're making it harder than it has to be. You're waiting for somebody to give you this like magic potion. You're waiting for somebody to tell you the right time, the right increments, the right amount of times to do the thing. And it's just like irrelevant. Like those are not the important things here. We're going to talk about the important things here tonight. Okay. So now I want to help make it easier for you to make whatever amount of money that it is you want to make. So 7 things that we have to discuss. Okay. Number 1, it's a math equation with 3 major components: traffic, conversion rate, and AOV. These are the 3 things that I just learned to master. Like all them other metrics aside, you look at your Shopify analytics page and it has all those things, all those boxes, and you're like, I don't know what none of this mean. I too was at that point. I know what they mean now, but in the beginning, I didn't know what they meant. But I did learn that if I could control my traffic, if I can control my conversion rate, and if I can control my average order value, I can make whatever amount of money that I wanted to make. Those 3 things. And we're going to talk about them more in detail. So don't y'all worry. I learned that it requires more marketing than you think is necessary. So right now you may be the girl who posts once every single day. You may post every other day. You have like a schedule that you adhere to. You send an email every Friday. You only send emails when there's a sale or when you have new arrivals or when there's a flash sale. Like you have a reason for why you're doing the things, but not necessarily a schedule that makes sense. You need an email friend. It's probably the most important thing that I could tell you to get, the most important thing that I could tell you to prioritize, because a large chunk of the money that I have made as an online business owner has come from email marketing, not ads, not social media. I've never worked with an influencer. Email marketing changed my life. I'm not joking. Like over 300,000 of the $1.1 million that my business made was coming from email marketing. Okay. Now, I will say you do need to run ads. And I know that there are people on the internet that will tell you, I don't run ads. I've never run ads. I don't recommend ads. And I want to tell you that they're crazy. Okay. Ads not only speed things up, they also make it a lot easier for you to get the result that you want. Reason being is because when you run ads the right way, you're paying to reach the people that you want to reach who are likely to take the action that you want them to take. However, on the flip side, you may say, I don't want to run ads, but maybe you work with influencers. Paid marketing, at some point, you got to pay for it, friend. Like, yeah, you can be, yes, social media is free. Yes, it is, but it's not efficient. And the algorithm controls everything. So if you want some control over the results that you're getting from marketing, at some point, you're going to have to pay for it. Okay. Next is that you need to get specific. Who, what, where, and how. Who is this for? What are we selling to them? Where are we selling it to? How to them, and how are we selling it to them? And these are four things that honestly, once you make the decision, you just need to stand firmly in them and say, this is what we do. This is how we do it. This is who we do it for. Point blank, period. And it doesn't change. I run ads. I don't boost anything. If I boost anything, it's because like I really don't boost anything. No, I can't even think of an instance where I would be like, I'm gonna boost this instead. I just be running ads. And lastly is you have to focus on the lifetime value of the customer, not the one-time purchase. So I find that so many people are so like adamant about getting new customers. And yes, it is valuable to acquire new customers, but it is significantly more valuable to keep the ones that you have. But going back to when I said that we're making it harder than it has to be, a huge reason why our sales don't increase or, it's staying the same every single month is because we're not prioritizing keeping the customers that we have. And we'll talk about that. What does it even take to keep the customers that you have? A huge component of that is your inventory, okay? So lifetime customer value is really important because if you can get a customer to spend more every single time they shop with you, you make the money that you want to make significantly faster, okay? I got Shopify and don't understand any of it, and I don't understand Klaviyo. I got to join the class. Yes, girl, come join. Girl, first of all, next week we're doing a live email marketing and text marketing class inside of my program. Come join us. And then the following week, I want to say is ads. Yes. All right, let's keep going. I'll tell you about the class later, okay? So for the purpose of this webinar, I'm just going to set some goals for you. We set the goal of $100,000. And I want to teach you how to work the numbers. But before that, I want to show you a realistic breakdown of where that money will come from. And this is realistic in that this is kind of how my business works. This is how a lot of the businesses that I work with, how their sales also map out. So 35% typically is about 30 to 35% is going to come from email marketing. So that will be $35,000 out of the $100,000 we're trying to make. About 20% will come from text marketing. So that'll be the 20,000 out of the 100,000. About 10% from Facebook and IG shop or TikTok shop. That might be like $10,000. And about 35% from organic marketing. If you're not running ads, I would say if you're running ads, then some of this organic is going to come from ads. But if you're not running ads, about 35% should come from organic marketing. Organic marketing isn't just social media. It's also like SEO, word of mouth, and things of that nature. But we'll dive into all of that in a moment, okay? So this is our realistic breakdown. Now we're going to dig into the numbers, okay? If you don't understand that your business is a whole big math equation, that's a huge component of why the business is not doing the thing that you want it to do. You have to learn how to manipulate the numbers in order to get the result that you want to get in the span of time that you want to get them. All right, so let's keep it going. Whoop, I went too fast. So let's start with the math. Before the inventory, before the website, before the emails, before the content, let's work the math. Start with the goal, whatever that goal is, start with it. But for the purpose of this presentation, we're going to start with $100,000. Now, I mentioned that one of the things that I get asked so often is, how do I make a small amount of money become a large amount of money? Like I've had conversations with people who will say, I don't understand how a $500 investment in inventory could become $100,000 or even $1 million. They're like, I started with $1,000, and this person said that they started with $1,000, and I don't understand how we started with the same amount and they're making more money than me. It's just simple math, friends, and I'm about to break it down to you, okay? So first things first, how much money do you have available for inventory? We're just going to say that you have $3,000. Your number may be smaller, it may be bigger, For the sake of this example, we're going to start with $3,000, and I want to help you to see how this money will add up to $100,000, okay? So we're going to start with the $3,000 inventory investment. The next thing you need to determine is what your profit margin will be. What is going to be the profit margin that you're going to give to this inventory? So for the sake of the example, we're going to say you're giving all of your inventory a 70% profit margin. That means that whatever price you set, 70% of that should be profit. 30% of it will be the cost, the amount of money that you paid for it, okay? Next is going to be the retail value. So if you spend $3,000 and you give every single item that you purchase a 70% profit margin, the retail value of your inventory should be $10,000. This $10,000 is how much money you would make if you sell all of that inventory without any discounts and promotions and all of that. So if you sell it all at regular price with a 70% margin, you should make $10,000 at the end of the day or end of the month or end of the quarter, whatever period of time we're working within, okay? So one of the big things that I find a lot of people don't account for when they're setting goals or even when they're looking at their numbers and they're trying to figure out why the money in the bank isn't adding up to the money that Shopify says that they make is because they're not accounting for potential fees. So potential fees would be like processing fees, transaction fees, shipping fees. If you use like Afterpay, Klarna, Sezzle, so on and so forth, they also take a percentage of your sale. So for the sake of the example, we're going to say 10%. Yours may be more or less. It's not consistent across every single business. We're just going to use this as an example. So you're going to automatically just subtract 10% from that. So 10% out of 10,000 is going to take out $1,000 and leave you with $9,000. Okay. So we're just gonna map that out. Like we're gonna take that out already. Don't psych yourself into believe you made $10,000 when you didn't, because you didn't. Somebody is gonna get a cut of that. Shopify, Afterpay, PayPal, the shipping providers, somebody's getting a cut. Okay. So keeping it going. It's still math. So how much money should be left over? After you take out those processing fees and all the transaction fees and everything, we're going to say you have $9,000 left over. Here's where things get funny, okay? So the girls will tell me, well, I just put 100% of my money back into the business. And, maybe it's a big amount. Sometimes it's a small amount, but they say I'm putting it all back. I don't recommend that you put it all back. I recommend that you clarify what percentage of it that you're going to put back and what percentage of it is going to stay in the bank. Now, it can stay in the bank until you're ready to spend it. It can stay in the bank for marketing. It can stay in the bank for, future investments. It can stay in the bank for a rainy day. For example, let's say everything sells really well and you want to restock something. Well, if you've already put all your money back into the business, you can't restock it because you're waiting for Shopify to give you the payout for the sales. So now you're about to miss out on sales because you don't have the money available to go and instantly restock that inventory, okay? So for the sake of the example, we're going to say that you are putting 55% of the money that you make back into the business. So that would be $4,950. And we're going to go right back and give all the inventory a 70% margin again, okay? So if you invest that $4,950 back into the business and you give that inventory a 70% margin, you should have a inventory value of $16,500. Okay, period. So now I need to consider, I can make $16,500. Do I have the right inventory to make $16,500? Do I know how to drive the traffic that I need to drive to be able to make my $16,500? Do I have enough email subscribers, or am I sending enough emails to be able to make my $16,500? Like, most of the time we have the inventory, we just don't have the marketing part down pat, but the numbers gonna number every single time as long as you make the right decisions as it pertains to the numbers. What about monthly taxes? So every single state doesn't collect monthly taxes. Some people pay their taxes monthly, some quarterly, some annually. So for example, in Missouri, I pay my taxes annually. So remember, I'm saying we're not putting all the money back into the business. We're only putting 55% back into the business. So in my business, I set aside 15%, 10 or 15%, I can't think, 10 to 15% of the money that I make gets set aside for taxes. I put 35% of my revenue back into my business for inventory. I don't put 55% back into back into inventory. But yeah, you're definitely setting money aside. Some of that money being set aside is for taxes for sure. Okay, so let's say you do what you're supposed to do from a marketing perspective and you make this $16,500. still got to go and subtract that 10% at the end of the day. And that's going to take out, I think, $1,650. Okay. So I'm going to show you a grid of how these numbers are going to add up to $100,000 in just a moment. But if you're wondering, like, Jance, are you a mathematician? No, ma'am. I'm not. I use an app. It's called Cost Margin. Go to your app store, look for this app. I use this all day, every day. When I am buying inventory, before it goes into my cart, I'm already calculating how much would I need to price this at with a 70% margin. Okay, if that's too high, can I go down to 60%? If I think the price is still too low with a 70% margin, I might be like, shoot, we can try 80% margin. Let me see how that's going to pan out. So use an app. There's so many tools out there that you can use to help you to calculate these numbers, okay? You're so welcome. All right, so here's the grid that I was saying. So this is a month by month by month. And this is just assuming that you do what you're supposed to do from a pricing perspective, from a marketing perspective, from a reinvestment perspective, so on and so forth. I want to answer the question of how does my investment become $100,000, okay? So if month one, you spend $3,000 and you give it a 70% margin, you should end up with $10,000 in retail value. After fees, you'll have about $9,000 left over. You're going to put $4,950 back into the business, and you should have $4,050 left over sitting in the bank. Month two, you put that $4,950 back into the business. You give it a 70% margin. You get $16,500 in retail value. This is your revenue after the expenses and fees are taken out. This is how much you would be reinvesting back into the business, 55% of this number, and you should have $6,682.50 left over in your bank account, so on and so forth, okay? So when we get down to month five, by month five, if you do what you're supposed to do, you should make $100,000, okay? This is just the numbers side of things. We ain't hopped into the marketing bag just yet. We getting there in a moment, but I just wanted to show you the numbers. So by month five, you should be able to invest $22,235.03 into your business. If you give that inventory a 70% margin, you have $74,116.77 in retail value. Your revenue after the 10% in fees should be $66,705.09. And then this is going to be your reinvestment amount. This is how much money should be left over in the bank. So that's selling all the inventory. Yeah, this is assuming that you do what you're supposed to do from a marketing perspective and you sell the inventory. Yes, correct. And even if we say you don't sell all the inventory, let's even make that assumption. So after month four, before we even get to the $100,000 mark, if you sell everything that you're supposed to sell, you should have made $88,781.64. But look at the money that you should have left over in the bank, $39,951.74. If you are to make it to month five and you again do what you're supposed to do, you should be at $486,486.73. And this is how much money you should have in the bank. So look at how these numbers grow month by month, but this is because of how you choose to price your inventory, not what inventory you chose to buy, even though there is an element of it. This has nothing to do with like what somebody else was selling and how much they were selling it for. This has everything to do with how much money you wanted to make and how quickly you wanted to make it. Okay, so even if you say, I don't have $3,000 to invest and I have half, well, that just means all of these numbers get cut in half. That's it. And that also means that the amount of time that it would potentially take you to make the money that you want to make, the $100,000, it just doubles at the end of the day. All of it is just math. If you can work the numbers, you can create a financial plan. This is just the financial aspect. You can create a financial plan well in advance. Like I literally do at this point plan a whole year of my business at one time. Like I'm not planning month by month. I look at my numbers month by month, but I plan an entire year from one sit down. And then I move on with my business, the marketing, the inventory selection, so on and so forth. What percentage of sales are returns? I don't have very many returns personally, but we do account for that in my yearly planning. So I want to say we account for like 4%. It's a very small percentage, like 4% of my sales to potentially be returns. And if I'm wrong, it's like 4 to 6%. So again, if you only have half the money to invest in the beginning, that means the numbers are cut in half and the time that it's going to take you to make that money is going to double. Only way that it won't be cut in half and double is if you increase your prices. So if you're able to increase that margin, then that should bring down the time and also bring down the amount of money that you have to spend as well. Okay, so in order to increase and control your sales, there are three metrics that you'll need to consider. And those three metrics, as I mentioned earlier, are average order value, traffic, or sessions, and conversion rate. So number one, your average order value is the average amount of money that you collect per sale. The second one is sessions or your traffic. This is the number of visits to your website. And then the third is your conversion rate, the percentage of your traffic that converts into a sale. This is from one singular business. Yeah, one singular business. So you need to set a goal for how much you want your average order value to be. This is a decision. So much of your business is a decision, but it's a decision that you need to stand in. It's a decision that you have to make sure you understand is going to be impacted, or your ability to actually hit that goal is going to be impacted by the decisions that you make. So once you've set a goal for what you want your average order value to make, you have to set your prices with your desired average order value in mind. So if you tell yourself, I want my average order value to be $100, why in the world do you have so many $10 products? This doesn't make any sense. You're going to have to sell 10 of those $10 products in a transaction to be able to have $100 average order value. And sure, you may have a few products that are, of greater value, but the nature of people's brains is they don't want to spend a ton of money. And if you show them something right next to this $100 thing that costs 70% less, well, now they're about to go look for other products that cost 70% less. So your pricing decisions impacts your ability to make whatever your average order value goal is. So you have to set your prices with that in mind. And this is where business owners start to make it hard on themselves to make the money that they want to make. Outside of them not having a goal for what they want their average order value to be, they also don't buy their inventory purposefully or intentionally. And that ultimately impacts them, the pricing, right? Because there are certain things that you can't charge $50 for, right? You're going to have to charge $25 for it. It's just not going to make sense for it to have a super high price point. So you have to be clear about what you want your average order value to be so that you don't buy inventory that doesn't align with that at the end of the day. I'm a brand, so will it work the same? I don't have upfront inventory. Yeah, it's the same. You still got to work the numbers for sure. Still got to work the numbers and determine how many of everything you have to sell to be able to make the money you want to make. So traffic and sessions. So this number is impacted by your marketing and your calls to action. So you have to market to drive traffic to your store. And remember I said, people are looking for the best time and the number of times that they should do these things. That doesn't make sense because the traffic that you need, and we're going to talk about that. I'm going to show you the calculation. The traffic that you need is impacted by your marketing. So if you're minimizing your marketing to one post a day and one email per week, you 9 times out of 10 aren't getting the traffic that you need to be able to meet your revenue goals. So you have to drive the traffic or pay for the traffic that you want to get at the end of the day. And then the last metric is conversion rate. There are a few factors that impact your conversion rate, aka whether or not people buy. That is literally what your conversion rate is. It's the percentage of people that buy. Your website experience will impact whether your traffic converts into a sale. So when people tell me that their conversion rate is super low, one of the first things that I look at is their website. The second thing that I look at is their inventory, because we'll talk about this more too, but you could have a beautiful website, but if you don't have the inventory that people want, they're not going to buy. If the pricing that you have doesn't appeal to them, they're not going to buy, which means your conversion rate is going to be low. It's going to always be low until you fix the parts that need to be fixed. So these are some things you want to consider when it comes to your conversion rate and whether or not you're going to get a sale. So number one, do you have the inventory that they want? Like, do you actually know who these people are and know that you bought inventory with them in mind? Yes or no? Do they believe that the product is worth the price that you're charging? If you are charging prices based off of what somebody else is charging for that thing and not taking into consideration whether your target audience spends money like that with your business or even wants to spend money like that, you're likely not going to get the sale that you want. Do you have the color that they want? Do you have the size that they need? Can they find the product that they're looking for? Is it hidden on page 4 of the new arrivals? They ain't going that far. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. People are not looking to go on a scavenger hunt. They want that thing to be right in front of their face when they land on that site. Are there any reviews? People love social proof. They want to feel confident about the decisions that they're making. And if they feel like, this is a scam, or if there's any inkling that this is a scam, or like, I don't know if I'm going to get the product that I want. I don't know if it's going to be the quality that I'm expecting. A review can help you to get over that, to beat that objection. What's your return policy? I always talk about this in every class I've ever taught. I did not have a return policy, or my return policy was that we didn't do returns when I first started my business. And I thought that, it was enough to just say we don't do returns. But in all actuality, what I realized was that me not offering any form of a return was hindering my ability to make a sale, because a return policy is a form of protection to a consumer. Think about somewhere that you shop that you may be apprehensive about shopping from. You might go look for a return policy. You might ask, like, what's the return policy? If I don't like this, can I return it? Your customers are thinking the same thing. So when they go to their return policy and they see that they can't return it, not even for an exchange, not even for a store credit, you're gonna lose a lot of sales with that in mind. Another thing that I realized too is like most people aren't gonna return. Like, I be looking for the return policy, but I don't like returning stuff. Like, I don't like having to put it back in the box. I don't like having to pack it up. I don't like having to find the label. I don't like it. I have a lot of things in my house that I hated and never returned. I just, took my L. But in all actuality, if you feel confident about what you're selling, you shouldn't have to worry about no returns. It shouldn't even be a thought. You shouldn't even be thinking like, I'm going to get returns. Like, if you're doing a good job at what you do, you're not going to get returns. It's not going to happen that often. What's your shipping policy and how much is it? Making sure your shipping doesn't outweigh the price of an individual item. People just, no, I'm people. I don't want to pay more in shipping than the amount that I am paying you for the product. It's not gonna make sense for me. Did they receive the coupon code that you promised? I have signed up for people's email list on a multitude of occasions and didn't get that confirmation email. I didn't get that, the email says, thank you, welcome, here's your 15. I didn't get it. So now I'm mad and I'm not buying this because I was expecting to be able to buy this with 15% off today. So you lost the sale. Is there any way for them to receive reports? So are you making it easy for them to find a place for them to ask questions if they have it? Do you have a chat box on your site? Is your email visible and easy to find if they have questions? Are you one of those people who have no DMs in your bio? Like, of all the things you could put in your bio, no DMs shouldn't be the thing up there. Like, that space could be used a lot more intentionally in all actuality. And the last one is a big one. Are there any alternative payment options? So I find that everybody has, like, their Shop Pay and things like that. And they may have like one thing like Afterpay, but there are so many different ones that are available to people. And what I've learned is people don't have an account with all of them. Some people only have Afterpay. Some people only have Sezzle. Some people only have Klarna. Some people only have Zip. Some people only use Affirm, so on and so forth. So there's no limit to how many of those you can have on your site, in case you're wondering. I have Afterpay, Sezzle, and Zip, as well as Shop Pay on my website. PayPal is a big one. If you don't offer PayPal, I highly recommend. 9 out of 10 people prefer to shop with PayPal because they don't have to go looking for their credit card information and things like that. So keep that in mind. So these are all examples of things that could impact your conversion rate. People leaving your website without making a purchase. So if any of these apply to you, these are a few things that you would likely want to fix after the case, okay? So your website is the last stop before a person makes a purchase. It should answer all their questions and serve as a customer service agent. Customer service happens before, during, and after the sale. So whether that be in your DMs, whether that be in your comments, that's before the sale. And then during would be on your website. Like, they need to have somewhere to ask questions. Your product description is a form of customer service, making sure that that's filled out with pertinent information that's going to help them make a buying decision. And then after, it looks like you sending them that order confirmation, sending them updates when the order is out for delivery and when it has been delivered, sending an email to request a review and to check in and see how the product was. All of those things are examples of customer service. Great point. I need to stop offering individual hair products online. Oh yeah. Bundle it for sure. All right, let's keep going. So only a small percentage of your traffic will become a sale. This is such a huge thing to know. you may be looking at your site and your analytics and seeing like all this traffic coming every day. And by all, I mean, it's a number that you see as being big, but it's not that big in all actuality. But I want you to see like how the traffic that you drive to your store impacts your ability to meet this $100,000 goal, okay? So I'm setting goals for you again. This time we're setting a goal to have a 2% conversion rate and a $65 average order value. And again, these numbers are yours to set. You set these on your own goals for these things, but I just want to show you the example of what they could look like. Now, what I will say is that on average in e-commerce, the average conversion rate is 2 to 3%, meaning that about 2 to 3% of your traffic should be converting into a sale. So let's work the numbers again. So first, we have to determine how much traffic you need to be able to make your goal. So whether this $100,000 goal is for the year, for the month, for the quarter, for the day, literally for the day, even for an hour, like it doesn't matter. Whatever amount of time that you're trying to make this money in, we need to be able to work the numbers and figure out what the traffic needs to look like during that period of time. So if you have a goal to make $100,000, or sorry, this is the what is this called? The formula, in case you're wondering. So desired revenue divided by average order value times conversion rate. So $100,000 divided by $65 times 0.02, which is 2%, equals 76,923 sessions needed. That's the math. That's literally the math. You can plug in any of the numbers, whatever the numbers look like in your business, you can plug them in, and it's going to tell you how much traffic you need. So if you say, my goal is just make $1,000, my average order value is $40, my conversion rate is 1.2%, she needs to plug the numbers in. It's going to tell you how much money you need to make. I'm sorry, how much traffic you need, how many sessions you need to your site to be able to make whatever amount of money it is that you would like to make. So now that we know that, so now that you know how much traffic you need a marketing plan to actually drive that traffic. Traffic drives sales. You need traffic, period. Can this equation work for service? Yeah, I use the same one in my coaching business. Same one for all the services that I've ever offered. Yep. I launched my business, so how should I go about this? I just launched. You still got to set goals. You set a goal. You can use this number right here. Use this exact formula. Whatever your goal is, set your goal. Set a goal for what you want your average order value to be. So $25, $40, $60, $100, whatever you want it to be. Set a goal for what you want your conversion rate to be, and then map out how much traffic you need. Same. Everybody from day one should set goals. I have two boutiques now. I didn't mention that at the beginning. I have two boutiques now, and launching the second one was so much easier than launching the first one because I knew what to do. Launching the second one, I set goals from day one for every part of the business, and then I went after it, and I set them goals and I stood firmly in it. Yeah. With hair extensions, Jan, should I do it with one bundle in mind or 3-piece bundles? I would say try both. I would try both. Well, let's talk about, we're gonna talk about it. Do you think changing the name of the business can hurt, or should you launch a separate one? No, I think you can change the business name. I'm about to semi-change my business's name for sure. So let's talk about this marketing plan and driving this traffic. Well, before we do that, I want us to refer back to the 5 months of sales that we started with, okay? So we mapped out what we wanted those numbers to look like month by month for 5 months straight, with the goal of making $100,000 in that duration of time. Let's talk about the traffic, okay? So we already know what the formula is. Desired revenue divided by AOV times conversion rate. That's going to tell you the traffic that you need. So we're using the numbers that were on the previous slide. This is our goals. These are the goals we're shooting for: $10,000, $16,500, $27,200, $44,900, so on and so forth. Okay. So using those numbers, this is how much traffic you would need. So remember, small numbers become big numbers. If I'm shooting for $10,000 goal, when I do the math, this is 7,692 visitors. So we're not starting at the 76,000. We're starting at 6,692 visitors. That's what we're starting at. And some of these are going to be people from social media. Some of these are going to be people who sign up for your email list. Some of these are going to be people who sign up for your text list if you prioritize those things. But getting the traffic isn't hard. It just requires you to market. That's it. I'm gonna say this a million times in this class. You are making it harder on yourself than it has to be because you are trying to quantify your marketing. You're trying to minimize it to a singular post per day and a singular email per week when it shouldn't be a number attached to the marketing. You just need to market to meet the goals of how much traffic you need and the sales that you want to actually accomplish. Okay. So as you can see, month by month, these numbers increase. 12,000 visitors here, 20,000 here, 34,000 here, 56,000 here. And this will happen easily if you're actually marketing the business well, okay? Slow growth comes from slow marketing. Let me say that. Slow growth comes from slow marketing. When I want my sales to go faster, I make my marketing go faster. Now, before we get to the depths of marketing, how many of these sessions will potentially convert into a sale with a 2% conversion rate? Remember, only a percentage of that traffic is going to actually convert into a sale. All them visitors are not buyers. Some of them people just lurking. Some of them people are about to sign up for your email list and wait and pray that you have a blowout sale and they're going to get the biggest discount of their life. Some of them people are just not going to buy at all because they're like, her price is too high. I'm going to go buy this elsewhere. It happens. I do it all the time. I go to somebody's website and say, this is so nice. I'm not paying $50 for that. I'm going to go to so-and-so's website because I'm pretty sure she sells something just like that. Let me see what her price looks like. It happens. It's natural. It's very natural. So it's so important that you don't try to force those people to buy. It's natural. Every consumer is different. You want to set a goal for a realistic percentage of that traffic that you would like to see converting into a sale. And realistically, that would be 2 to 3%. Realistically. Like if you come to me and say my conversion rate goal is 30%, I'm going to say you're crazy. Like no joke. I'm going to say you're crazy. 2 to 3% is realistic. Okay. What if you get the visitors, but they're not buying? We'll talk about that. Don't you worry. 9 times out of 10, it's your pricing, it's the website experience, or it's the inventory. They don't see anything that they want. It could be a multitude of reasons, but every consumer is different. Said that's true. Slow growth comes from slow marketing. Yep, exactly. Exactly. What if you don't have models to wear your clothes? You be your model. Yeah, I would recommend you be your model. Or some of the money that you're putting into inventory, put into models. Remember at the beginning, I don't want to go back too far, but I gave you guys this, and we'll talk about this in a second. I gave you this example of where the money is going. We're only putting 55% of our money back into the business for inventory. We're leaving 45% of it in the bank. This is money you could use for marketing, and that includes hiring a model or models, hiring an influencer. Yeah. So either you model or you find a model. Use some of your money to get a model. I find that sometimes people want me to like give them another solution, but like sometimes those are just the only solutions. Um, let's continue. I don't want to go back too far. I don't want to get too far off. Okay, I think I was here. So let's talk about how many of those sessions will potentially convert into a sale with a 2% conversion rate. This is the breakdown month by month. 7,692 visitors times 2% is 154. 12,692 visitors times 2% is 254. 20,000 times 2%, 419. 34,000 times 2%, 691. 56,000 times 2%, 1,125. So we're not coming out the gate like money, 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 money. We're incrementally growing. One of the worst things that you can do, and more so realistic, I'm sorry, unrealistic things that you could do is set a goal for the year and set your goals for each month equally. It's not going to work. That's not how business works. That's not how retail works. That's not how consumers work. It is so much more smart for you to set your goals to incrementally grow month by month. And if you have previous years' numbers to utilize, set your goals with it in mind. What percentage of your sales came from each month? So for example, 3% of your sales may have come from January, 5% from February, 2% from March, 4% from April, so on and so forth. Like, don't set your goals equally across the whole year because it's not realistic for that to be the case, okay? I'm trying to read some of the comments in between without me getting off track. I use Acuity for my service bookings in the salon. Does Shopify offer a platform for services so I can look at my conversion rate? I don't know that there might be Shopify apps that you can use for scheduling. I would imagine that they are. If you Google Shopify scheduling apps, it'll show you any apps that are available for scheduling. My website's getting a ton of traffic. I receive a decent amount of clients who convert, but recently I noticed an uptick in sales, and many of them place orders and then created fraudulent chargebacks. How do I protect my business from chargebacks? So I would recommend getting an app that allows you to, that helps you. I don't have an app on my store for this because I don't get a lot of chargebacks, but same as Marlena. If you Google Shopify chargeback apps, there are so many out there. None of them are free, to my knowledge, but they protect you from those chargebacks. I would definitely recommend looking into them. What's the best way to go about finding models and how do you pay them? I find models on Instagram. Every single model I've ever worked with, I found them on Instagram. I searched hashtag St. Louis models. I also search St. Louis photographers and I look at the models that they tag. They always tag the models that they work with. So I look for one that I felt matched the vibe of the type of look and feel that I was looking for the brand. And then I just reached out to them via DM. Some of them I reached out through email if that was their preferred method of communication. And then some of them are like professional models. So they have an hourly rate. And other ones were like models for fun. So I sent them a rate that I was willing to pay, and then they got to accept or deny. And then as far as paying them, I have a couple that send me an invoice for the amount of hours that we worked, and then the others I just pay them through like Zelle, basically. I have a business Zelle or Cash App. I have a business Cash App. I don't have a business Zelle. All right, let's keep going. You're welcome. So at this point, you may be wondering where the traffic is coming from. I'm just going to answer all y'all questions throughout this. So just so y'all know, I know y'all thinking, where is traffic coming from, friend? Like, it's not making sense to me. I know. Let's talk about it. So there are so many different traffic sources, and traffic can come from more places than social media. This is a screenshot of just some of the traffic sources in my store. And I think this is for like 3 or 4 years of traffic source. I just wanted to show you like all of the different traffic sources. On this particular page, there are 71 total traffic referrals in my analytics, meaning that there have been 71 different sources that have sent traffic to my site. Not just Facebook, not just Instagram, not just TikTok, not just Pinterest, not just Twitter. 71 different platforms. I'm not necessarily marketing all these platforms, but this really helped me to understand me relying on social media alone is kind of crazy because there are so many platforms out there that could be sending traffic to my store. So you can see, obviously, Instagram, Facebook are my top, but Google is my third highest. NA is typically like your emails and things like that. So Instagram, Facebook, and Google are my top 3 sources for traffic. And Google, I am so proud of. Number one, I invested in SEO services because I know the power of SEO. I know it's very, very important to prioritize as a business because that's free. That's free traffic. I have to pay for that. I've run one Google ad my whole life. It was the worst experience of my life. I hated every moment of it. Not to say they're not valuable. I just didn't know what I was doing. Anyway, this is all organic. This is from people searching sweatpants, searching biker short set, searching jogger set, searching whatever. Because I properly named my product, because my products have a great product description, because I have blogs on my website, I receive traffic from Google every single day, every day. I don't have to rely on social media because I've put other measures in place within my business that don't require me to have to rely on social media. You would find an SEO specialist. So you can find one on like Upwork, Fiverr, so on and so forth. I would look for an SEO specialist. That's what I did. All right, let's keep going. So 71 sources. You got to pick what you want your traffic sources to be, but also know that traffic sources are far and wide. So many different ones. You don't have the smart Google. I don't have any ads turned on Google. I don't use Google ads at all. I only use Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok ads. So if you want to speed your sales up, you need to speed up your marketing. In the example, we purposely set money aside. This money can be used for marketing. You have to purposely set money aside for the marketing. Every time I have a conversation with someone, whether that be in a one-on-one coaching environment, in my group coaching program, in my membership, I always ask people, what are you doing for marketing? It's always a question. And almost always the answer is, I post on social media. Some people consistently, others not. And, some people say I send emails, some consistently, some not. And that's usually it. Every blue moon, I get someone who's working with an influencer, but it's on and off. Every blue moon, I get somebody who's running ads, but they like to turn them on and turn them off. No, friend, if you're going to pay for the marketing, you need to pay for the marketing consistently, okay? Because the only way for your business to be consistent and for the marketing and the sales to be consistent, I'm sorry, only way for your sales to be consistent is for the marketing to be consistent. So if you have a month where you pay for an influencer and your sales and your traffic were up, and then the next month your sales are significantly down, it's because you're not working with the influencer anymore. So you got to figure out how you can consistently pay for that, which means you got to consistently set money aside for that. Okay. What we're gonna talk about affiliate marketing. I told y'all I'm answering all. I was reading y'all mind before y'all even got here. We're gonna talk about all of them. We're gonna talk about all of them. I promise you. I told you I'm not leaving no stone unturned this evening. It's hard to be consistent across all for me, or the same effort towards all. So you don't have to be consistent across all. I am not, let me tell y'all this, I'm not active at all on TikTok, and I get sales from TikTok all the time. I do not post on TikTok. You could go to my TikTok right now. I don't know if it shows you the date. I think it does. Yeah, it shows the date right next to the name. I have not posted on TikTok in ages. Me, I am not a TikTok girl at all. I'm an Instagram girl. I don't post on Facebook much. Yeah, I'm not consistent across all of them. I just know that I need a presence on them. Do you go live on your store app? So my store's app doesn't allow me to go live. My store's app is just an app. It's just for shopping. It doesn't have a live component. Um, Thank you, Linda. Should you do ads on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, or try it out on each to see what does better? So if you're running Facebook ads, you automatically run TikTok. I'm sorry, if you run Facebook ads, you automatically run Instagram ads because Facebook owns Instagram. Now, if you're boosting, that's different. You would only be boosting on the platform that you are pushing the boost button from. But if you run ads from the Facebook Ads Manager, you would be setting up ads for both Facebook and Instagram, and I recommend both. Um, as far as TikTok, the setup for TikTok ads is pretty similar to Facebook and Instagram's setup. The cost per result is lower on TikTok ads than it is for Facebook and Instagram, but Facebook and Instagram ads convert better. So traffic is best in my experience with TikTok, but sales is best with Facebook and Instagram. I would recommend starting on one first. Like I would recommend like starting on Facebook and Instagram before TikTok. Okay, I'm gonna answer one more and then I'm gonna keep going. Let's see. I don't know anybody that works with or who can help with TikTok ads. There is a guy that I'm thinking about have come into my membership to teach a TikTok ads class, but he's teaching a class in a group that I'm in. So I'm gonna see how that goes, and then I'll let you know if he's good or not. If I work with an influencer in exchange for clothes, do you do contracts for each month? You send them items for them to turn around the content. So I have not worked with influencers, so I'll just tell you what I would do. So I would recommend setting up a contract that spans across a specific length of time and has every detail imaginable. So for the next 3 months, every month, I'm going to send you this number of products. I want you to post this many times and any other stipulations that you have so that way you don't have to send a contract month by month. I think it's best if you're going to send it month by month, then I would say yes, you need to send a new contract every single month. Otherwise, just send a contract that spans across the number of months that you would like to work with them. Okay, let's keep going. So, like I said, we purposely set money aside, and this is money that you can use for marketing. So that includes things like influencers, photo shoots, content creators, so on and so forth. Anything in the marketing realm, you can use that money for. You could also use that money to pay yourself, okay? You can give yourself a little cut of that money because you worked hard for it, okay? So let's talk about the different types of traffic that you can get. Number one is free traffic, obviously, which is what most people want. That's going to be social media, emails, search engines, word of mouth. This is also called organic marketing. I obviously am a huge advocate of prioritizing organic marketing. Like, yes, we can set the money aside, but if we ain't got to spend the money, then why spend the money? But social media, like I've said a number of times, like we don't want to just post that one time and then think we're supposed to get these grand results from that one time. Like That doesn't make sense. It makes so much sense for you to market in accordance with the results that you want. If you want big results, you need big marketing at the end of the day. Same for email. Search engines, it's just SEO and then word of mouth. We'll talk about each one in detail. So let's start with social media. So obviously using platforms like Instagram, TikTok, even Pinterest is a great way to reach a wider audience. I do recommend that you connect your store to Pinterest. I don't post on Pinterest at all, but all of my products are automatically posted on Pinterest. So I get a lot of traffic from Pinterest organically, just because my store's products are on Pinterest. Your goal is to create engaging content that speaks directly to your target customer. And you want to remember that social media is about visibility and reach, not immediate sales. This is a huge thing that I want you guys to write down or press into your brains. Social media is not a sales engine. You should not be relying on it for your sales. Biggest thing that I can tell you is those days when Instagram and Facebook goes down and you're like worried because you don't know what's going to happen. If your page got hacked and whatever. Friend, you shouldn't have even been relying on that for the sales to begin with. That platform is just for reach and visibility. That's it. Now, yes, we do got Facebook shop and Instagram shop and TikTok shop and all those things, but you shouldn't be relying on the biggest component or biggest percentages of your sales to come from those platforms. You should be relying on your big percentages of sales to come from email, text marketing, ads, things of that nature. So social media is a way of getting in front of new people and bringing them into your world, point blank, period, okay? The next one is email marketing. So your email list is your most valuable asset because you own it. You don't own your Instagram account. You don't own your Facebook account. You don't own your TikTok account. Facebook can choose to take your your profile down at any moment. You don't own it. And if it took your profile down, it's taking all your followers with it. If you create a new account, you got to start over from scratch. And that sucks. And guess what though? Even if your account got started over from scratch, if you had an email list, you would be able to email them all and say, hey guys, our Instagram got hacked, or our Instagram got taken down. Click this link to refollow us. If you ain't got no email list, guess what? You got a long road ahead of you. You got a lot of work ahead of you. It don't even make sense. You're going to be so miserable, I guarantee you. So your email list is way more valuable than your social media profile because you own it. Once someone joins your email list, you can nurture that relationship until they're ready to buy. You can use lead magnets and opt-ins or incentives to encourage people to sign up for your email list. One thing that I really want you guys to know is that when someone signs up for your email list, they are typically inviting you to sell to them. This is a huge mindset shift for me. And I think it's so important that you allow that to be a mindset shift for you. Someone who joins your email list is pretty much asking you to sell to them. They're asking you to keep them updated on what's new, what's fresh, what's on sale, what's left. Like they're not saying, hey, here's my email address, but only contact me on Fridays at 6 p.m. It's the same with text marketing too. They give you their phone number and they're not saying, all right, now here's my phone number, but don't message me after 4 p.m. and don't message me more than 2 times a week. They didn't say that. They just said, hey, here's my phone number. Hit me up. It's you making it harder on yourself to get the result that you want because you decided in your brain that if I send more than one, I'm getting on their nerve. If I send it too late, they're going to be mad. If I do this, they're going to unsubscribe. Who said? Who said? I don't understand. If you want big sales, you need big marketing. You have to do more, okay? What if you're sending emails but they're not opening them? What do you do about that? So I would recommend A/B testing your subject lines and also sending emails at a time that maybe you don't think is appropriate. So for example, I started sending emails at midnight. I used to think that was crazy. I used to be like, I could never send an email after like 8 p.m. That's just insane. I literally started sending emails at like midnight. Sometimes I send an email like 2 a.m. because I know that there's somebody up with their phone scrolling at 2 a.m. And the first time I did it, I was so shocked at my open rate. And what that helped me to see was that the time that I had decided was appropriate, but also I was missing a huge number of people within my list because they weren't opening their emails. Maybe they didn't even have their phone in their hand during that period of time. And if you think about it, there are so many other emails in their inbox. So when you minimize your email marketing to just a singular time or a singular day, you're giving yourself one opportunity where they have all these other brands in their emails that are maybe emailing them twice a day or every day. So they have such a greater opportunity to get in front of those people that you don't have simply because you minimized when you were willing to market to them. A/B testing is basically testing two variables up against one another. So when you send an email, I use Klaviyo. I don't know about anybody else. I highly recommend that you use Klaviyo. In Klaviyo, whenever you set up an email, it gives you the option of creating a A/B test. So you would create your first variation, you would click A/B test, and it's gonna basically duplicate the same email, and you would change one element of it. So for example, you would change the subject line, and that will be you A/B testing the subject line. So one subject line may have emojis in it, and the other subject line may have like a limited time, like a expire soon, like more urgency, for example. You could also A/B test the content. So you can say both of them are going to have the same subject line, but I'm going to change the content in one of them. So maybe one is more product focused and picture heavy, and the other one is more text heavy. And you could test whether or not the text heavy one performs better than the product heavy and photo heavy one. Do you recommend having both Klaviyo email and text marketing when starting? Yes, I do. And the reason being is because some people are more likely to open their emails, but the larger portion of humanity these days are a lot more likely to open their text. So I recommend both. I will say, well, in my business, I can't speak for anybody else's. Email contributes more in sales, but my click-through rate is significantly higher through text marketing. So text drives way more traffic, email drives way more sales for me. All right, let's move on to the next one. So next is word of mouth, which obviously is exactly what it sounds like. Don't underestimate the power of referrals. When you serve your customers well, they become your best marketers, but they will only become your best marketers when they know what to expect from you and they can say that to their to their friends. So if you sell, I don't know, right now, let's say you sell loungewear, activewear, swimwear, resort wear, office wear, club wear. If you sell all them things, yes, I know Fashion Nova sell all them things. You're not Fashion Nova friend. If you sell all those things, 9 times out of 10, they not gonna tell their friend, oh girl, I found this boutique and they sell the best clothes. She's gonna say, girl, you looking for whatever, you better go to Fashion Nova, because Fashion Nova is known for being all the things, but even Fashion Nova didn't start there. Fashion Nova, when they first started out, although they had other things that they sold, they started out being popular for their jeans. People loved their denim. When they started partnering with the Kardashians early on and Cardi B early on, it was because of their denim. It wasn't because of all the other things that Fashion Nova has to offer. So when your customers don't know what to refer you for, they are not likely to refer you to people. So if they know what to refer you for, they'll tell their friends, they'll post about you on social media, and they'll help spread the word about your business. Word of mouth marketing is one of the most trusted and effective ways to grow your traffic organically because people trust people that they know. They trust their friends and their family way more than they trust this stranger on the internet saying that they got the best leggings ever, the best denim ever, the best dresses ever. They're like, girl, everybody said they got the best, but if they best friends say, no, girl, they got the best, she gonna be like, okay, I'm about to go check those out. Listen, I learned early. And then again, I don't want you to neglect SEO simply because billions of people use Google to find things that they want to buy every single day. Like, no joke. Every single day, people are on Google looking for things that they would like to buy, looking for information about things. So to neglect SEO is to neglect all of this free money that you could be collecting because people are literally looking for the things that you sell, but you are making it hard for them to discover it. I'll give you an example because you might be like, how am I making it hard? For example, I go to a lot of websites that have products that have cutesy names. It's like the Denise blouse, the Jasmine dress, the Barbara jumpsuit. Nobody's going to Google to type in the Barbara jumpsuit. They're not going to Google to type in the Jasmine whatever. They go to Google and type in like denim wide leg overalls with buttons down the back. That's what they go search. And that's not to say that you can't name your products the cute little things, the cute words, but it needs to have a word in it that correlates to what someone would actually be searching. For example, I could say, I don't know, the Denise jumpsuit, but instead it may make more sense for me to say the Denise denim wide leg jumpsuit. Why? Because they not gonna search Denise, but they are gonna search wide leg denim jumpsuit. Okay. Same for your product descriptions. Your product descriptions are super valuable as well. Use your product descriptions for more than just bullet points. Use it for just a good little portion of context. Like, um, sure, you may think you don't need another denim jumpsuit, but here's why you need a wide leg denim jumpsuit. Like the more times Google see denim jumpsuit, the higher your page can rank in search results when someone searches denim jumpsuits. If it ain't on there, it ain't gonna be found on Google. It's just not a thing, okay? Same for your product images. You can name your product images. So instead of it being image 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it needs to be Denise, not even Denise. It need to just be wide leg denim jumpsuit. Because your product images can even, I don't know about y'all, but I go straight to the images. I don't be looking on the front page. I go to the images. I go to the shopping page. If you name the images the right way, the images can show up in the search results. Listen, we missing out on so much money just from not naming things right, literally. So search engine optimization, it helps your website rank higher in search results, bringing in free organic traffic. By using the right keywords and optimizing your site, you make it easier for customers to find your products without paying for ads, literally, without paying for ads. Now, I'm a paid girly. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I love paid traffic. Once I learned the power of paying for what I wanted, oh, I'm gonna pay for what I want every time. Like, I ain't got time to be posting 17 times on no Instagram. I mean, I got time, but I don't want to. I really don't want to. I said, you know what? I'm gonna just pay for this. You said I need this much traffic. Cool. Let me pay for that. So this is all about letting your money work for you. Ads, influencers, affiliates. I forget who asked me about affiliates, but now's your time to shine, friend. We're about to talk about it. So let's start with ads, obviously. So you can run ads on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Google, YouTube, so on and so forth. There are plenty of options for running ads that will help you reach the right audience faster. Ads allow you to target your ideal customers, get in front of them when they're ready to buy, and drive traffic directly to your store. So someone asked earlier about boosting, and I mentioned I don't really boost posts. And the reason that I don't boost posts is because when you boost, you can't choose your objective. When you go to create ads in the ads manager, the first step of setting up that ad is telling Facebook what you want the person on the other side of the screen to do. So for example, you have the option of choosing traffic, lead generation, which is somebody's joining your email list. You have the option of brand awareness. You have the option of sales, obviously. I'm sure I'm forgetting like two of them. I can't think of it, but maybe if I want sales, I'm just gonna tell you I want sales. Like, I just want sales. Now, if I want email subscribers, guess what? I'm gonna tell you I want email subscribers. But when you boost, you can't do that. You don't know what you're gonna get. You have no idea. If I run the ad and choose the proper objective, that increases the likelihood of me getting the exact result that I want. And then a huge component of this explanation is also the right audience faster. So when you run ads in the ads manager, you get access to so many different interests and behaviors and things like that that you can use to target people. So for example, I could go in there and target women between the ages of 25 and 34 who live in Florida, Georgia, Alabama, and I don't know, Texas, who have kids that are young. Literally, I want to say you could literally like choose the age. You can choose like people who've recently traveled to a specific state. You can choose people who were recently married, people who have a birthday coming up. Like imagine you wanted to run an ad to like you sell a dress that say like birthday girl. Let's imagine that. Good example. I have a client that actually does this. She has this dress that she sells all year round. It says birthday girl. It's a sequin dress. She sells it all year long. She can literally just have this ad running 24/7 every single day because every day is somebody's birthday. And she can literally target women between the ages of whatever age range she thinks will like a sequin dress. And she can say who have a birthday coming up in the next 30 days. Facebook can't do that. You can't do that on Instagram. You can post it, sure. Like you could post a little reel and say, "Is your birthday in 30 days?" But imagine being able to run an ad to somebody that you have no idea is out there, somebody who's not following your business in any capacity. and being able to say, girl, you got a birthday coming up and I bet you don't have nothing to wear yet. She's gonna be like, you right. How did they know? Well, Facebook knew. I didn't know, but Facebook knew. Facebook knew. Thank the Lord for Facebook asking us all our information. When we fill out that information on our profiles, it knows our where we live. It knows if we marry, if we're in a relationship, if we divorce. It knows who our sisters are, our cousins are, our everybody. It know everything about us because it asked for the information and we gave it to them willingly, which is so crazy. So I love ads. I could talk about ads all day. I run 100% of my ads. I've never had anybody run my ads for me. I'm an ads girly through and through. I probably could teach you ads quicker than I could teach you organic marketing because I love ads that much. Next is influencers. Partnering with influencers who already have the attention of your customers can boost your traffic overnight. Influencers help you tap into the audience by recommending your products in a way that feels authentic and trustworthy. So just like we stated with word of mouth, with influencer marketing, it's like paying for the word of mouth, basically. And if their job is influencer marketing, the girls are used to them making suggestions of products. And if they're really good at what they do, then the girls will trust their opinions. Now, if they're just, a girl who they know just get paid to promote stuff, maybe not as much, but influencer marketing is super valuable. And then lastly is affiliate marketing, which is another form of marketing that I really love. I actually started using affiliate marketing, I think last year, like early last year. So affiliate marketing is when you pay others like influencers. It could be influencer, it could be your mom, it could be your sister. I literally invite every single customer to become a affiliate of my business. So you invite them to become an affiliate and you pay them a commission to promote your products and drive traffic. You only pay when you make a sale, which makes it a cost-effective way to boost traffic and sales. So for example, when you run an ad, you pay for the ad regardless of if you get a sale, regardless if you get the traffic. We don't know. But with affiliate marketing, you only pay if you get a sale. So every single affiliate gets their own link and or coupon code that they can share with their friends, family, their audience. And if the person uses their code or uses their link, in my back end, it marks that this sale came from Brittany. And now I know Brittany is owed whatever percentage of the sale that I promised to her. So I love it. I don't got to pay until you get me paid. I find it to be very effective and everybody looking for some extra money at this point. So you could invite people to become an affiliate for sure. I don't like to spend that much on ads. Do you recommend meeting their target from a single ad or pay for multiple ads at once? I pay for multiple ads at once. But I like to run a campaign that has multiple ads within it. So I don't have like one image or one video. I have like multiple videos, multiple ads that are running to that audience at one time. How do you keep affiliates motivated to share their core? You would have to market to them. So just like you would market to your customers to shop, you also have to market to your affiliates and say, hey guys, just checking in. Does anybody have any questions? Tell them what's new, what's fresh, give them a reason to shop. And I think it's so interesting because most people don't think about it that way because they think like, dang, you don't want to get paid. Like, why you ain't marketing my business? But like sometimes they need a reminder too. So sending them an email, like just like you would send a new arrivals email out. Send a new arrivals email out to your affiliates and say, hey guys, just letting you guys know we just got new arrivals. Make sure you share your link so you can get your percentage. Yeah. Do you talk about affiliate marketing in your program? I do. Would you recommend affiliate marketing for hair salon services or stick to? Oh yeah, I would definitely recommend it for sure. I would recommend affiliate marketing for any business, honestly. Do you give affiliates their permanent percentage off? Yes, my affiliates do have a percentage off or get a percentage off of the sale. So they get a percentage off if they buy something and then the person that they refer, they get a percentage off. They get a coupon code. All right. So as it pertains to traffic, you have three choices. You can build the traffic, you can borrow the traffic, or you can buy the traffic that you desire. Building takes time. Borrowing is like, doing a collaboration, working with an influencer, but that's also buying the traffic as well. But collaborations would be an example of borrowing traffic. And then buying traffic would be like ads, influencers, affiliates, things of that nature. So you got choices. One is going to take time. The others not as much time, but it's going to take money. Woo, okay. We getting through this, child. How y'all feeling out there? Give me a 1 if you're feeling good. Give me a 2 if you're like, oh my God. I see it too. She said, oh my God. I know that's right, girl. Fabulous. I love it. One but overwhelmed. Listen, it's okay. It's okay. I'm here to support you. All right, perfect. So at this point, you may be wondering how to find real potential customers, right? Because right now you got followers, you got email subscribers, you're getting traffic, but you're like, why these people ain't buying? Are y'all actually potential customers or are y'all just lurking? Like, are y'all here to support or y'all just here to watch? Like, what's going on? Let's talk about that because it's a real thing. There are lots of lurkers. I can tell you that there are lots of lurkers because as a boutique owner who is also a boutique coach, I end up with a lot of people on my website who are not there to buy. They're just there to watch what's happening. And I hate that because my numbers are always a mess because the girls are just on my website to see what's going on, see what Jance is doing. I need to figure out what app she's using. How's her website look? Hate that for me. So it's a thing. So, what I want you to know about finding potential customers is that people who subscribe are more likely to buy, but you have to actually market to those people and market to them consistently. It can't be a every blue moon thing. It can't be once every 2 weeks. Like, no, we got to market to them. And also we got to segment our list. We have to segment our list according to what we know about these people. So who's bought dresses, who's bought tops, who's bought bottoms, who's bought jumpsuits, and market to them about those things. Use what you know about them so that you can market to them more effectively and also more consistently. So focus on building an email list of potential buyers through lead magnets like discounts, promotions, free shipping, exclusive offers, things of that nature. Every person who joins your list is a lead you can nurture into a sale. The key word here is nurture, and that is just you continuing to market to them. So I know we're like, the person signed up for my email list and they got 15% off, and I don't understand why they didn't use the 15% off. Some people just ain't got no money right now. I've had plenty of those instances. I'd be like, yeah, I want this, but I don't have no money right now. And I'm not going to wait till Friday to get my 15% off. I'm going to sign up today because I hope that you send me an email between now and Friday when I get paid to remind me to come back and use my 15% off. We have to stop. I know we live in the era of like instant gratification, but we have to let that go just a bit when it comes to business and not think or believe that we are owed that instant gratification. It takes work. Like, I don't even have another way to explain it. It takes work to get sales. It really does. So every person who joins your list is a lead, and a lead is just a potential customer, but they don't become a customer unless you nurture them into a sale at the end of the day. So marketing creates a pool of people to sell to you. If you're ever thinking like, how much marketing is too much marketing? There is no such thing as too much marketing because marketing creates a pool of people to sell to. The more marketing you do, the more people you reach. You have to continue to promote your products. They're not going to sell themselves. But as you promote your business and your products, you want to constantly encourage people to join your email list. People who join lists and people who subscribe are a lot more likely to buy than the people who are following you. I guarantee you this. So your job is to attract and serve your audience. When you focus on serving your target audience, your traffic will grow organically. If you don't know who your target audience is, it will impact your traffic at the end of the day because that's going to mean that you're not actually taking action for someone in particular, which means that the content you're creating, the people looking at it don't know it's for them. Every single time you post, if it looks different, sounds different, the products in the content really ain't speaking the same language as the last time they saw some products from you, you're hindering your business from growth. So the numbers we've discussed today are actually relatively small in relation to the number of people that are in this world. And there's a huge audience out there that is looking for what you have to offer. I hope and pray that you know and believe that to be true. There are so many different people out there that you could be marketing to. Billions of people. These numbers we talked about today, they're small. They're so small. Like I said, there are billions of people on the planet, and you only need a small slice of them to make your business work. But you have to create a business that makes sense to them. That is the big component here. Like, does this make sense? Or does it look like all of your favorite things. I have literally been to so many websites and I'd be like, why are we selling so many things? Like, help explain it to me. Like, what's the premise here? And they typically can't explain it to me. Once we get down to the bones of it all, it's usually a business filled with all the things that they love. They're like, well, I buy what feels good to me. I buy what I think looks good. I'm my own model, so it looks good on me. I thought it would, look good in the image. That's not how you run a business. You have to know the people that you want to buy from you, because in order for you to get them to buy from you consistently, you have to know them through and through. If you don't know them, they're going to be like one-time buyers, or they're never going to buy from you. Yes, this webinar will be available to watch after. I have people who subscribe to SMS marketing on Shopify, but when I go to my Klaviyo, it says they aren't subscribed. Is there a way to automatically opt them in? I don't think so. You would have to send them a text if it allows you to do that, which it should. We have to send them a text that has a link for them to opt in. So think of it this way. You're not trying to sell to everyone. There are billions of people in this world, and you don't want billions of them people to be your customers. Like, yeah, I know you're thinking about all the money you can make, but hear me out. You only need a small number of people to buy from you multiple times to make the money that you want to make. My top customer has shopped with me 83 times the last time that I looked. And when I looked at the amount of money that she has spent more money in the duration of time that she shopped with me. I'm maybe like 3 years now. She spent more money with me in 3 years than I made working my last full-time job. Like, my last full-time job paid me like $33,000, and she has spent more money than that in the 3 years that she supported me. It don't take a lot of people. You just got to consistently offer something that your existing people would love to continue to buy from you. So you're not trying to sell to everybody. You're focused on the people who are most likely to love your brand and buy from you. When you do that, hitting these traffic goals becomes easier than you think. I literally know who to, like, for example, I have a segment in Klaviyo of people who shop with me more than 3 times, people who spent over a certain amount of money. If you have a paid Klaviyo account, I don't know if this is available in the free accounts or not. I don't know. But in Klaviyo, you can create segments that have predictive analytics. So for example, you can say, I want to create a segment of people who are likely to shop within the next 30 days. Like, this is a literal segment that you can create. I would be marketing to them all the time. Like, it predicts that they're likely to shop in the next 30 days. Let me make sure I do my marketing to make sure that they shop in the next 30 days. So things you want to ask yourself: do you know the type of people who would love everything about your brand? Have you created a brand that they would consistently love to support? Are people clear about what your brand is all about, and who it serves? If you don't have the answers to these questions, or don't feel confident that you fixed or improved or implemented these things, this is a component as to why your sales are not the way that you want them to be. You could have all the beautiful images in the world, all the best products, great pricing, beautiful website, so on and so forth. But if people don't understand it, and more particularly, if they don't resonate with it, they're not going to buy from it. And that's plain and simply the case for a large majority of businesses out there. If you look at it and can't articulate in words, in simple words, not if you got to give me a long paragraph to explain what your business is and why it looks the way that it does, you need to clean that up. If it's longer than 2 sentences, no, it's not clear. It's not clear. You should be able to articulate that in 2 sentences or less, meaning one, literally. Is it more beneficial to put direct website links to story posts of products, or use the product shopping link? That's a great question. I would recommend using the product shopping link, because Facebook and Instagram want people to check out on their platform. So if it sees that you're tagging your products, it will increase the reach of your content. I have an email list from over the years serving clients, but I haven't used it in years. Should I build a new list entirely, or start off with the list of I would start with the previous list for sure, especially if you haven't talked to them. But you gotta ease your way into it though. Like, literally, the first email I would send would be like, I know it's been a minute, y'all. Here's what's been going on. Okay, cool. Now that we got that out the way, here's everything that's happening, everything that you need to know. You can't just pop back in buy some. You gotta like ease your way in there. Will the upcoming text marketing class be available in the membership? It will not. It will only be inside of my program. So these are 6 things that I want you to prioritize in your business, okay? Because if you prioritize these 6 things, you can drive consistent sales. These are the foundations of making them consistent sales that you want. Number 1 is choosing a niche. A niche is basically a segment of the market that you want your business to exist in. For example, if right now you say, I sell women's clothing, that's not a niche. That's a market, an entire market. If you sell women's clothing, that's an entire market. It leaves too much flexibility for you to make the wrong decisions. And it also leaves too much room for your customers to not see your business as valuable for something in particular. So you want to say something like, we sell women's office wear, we sell women's resort wear, we sell or prioritize or specialize in women's blank, insert thing. It can't just be clothing because that leaves too much room for interpretation and incorrect perception as it pertains to your business. Number 2, choose a core product or focus product. It only take like 3 to 5 core products for you to make the money that you want to make. Sure, you have a bunch of other things, you got the complimentary things, the cutesy things here and there, but you just need like 3 to 5 things that you will consistently sell that can make you the money that you want to make. I guarantee you, literally. I'm living proof of this. Third, you got to get clear about your target audience. If you're not clear about them, nothing's going to make sense. The marketing, the products, the inventory, the messaging, who are you talking to? Who did you write this caption for? When you're clear about your target audience, every single caption that you write, every product description that you write, every email that you write should be written to talk to that person in particular. Once you're clear about your target audience, you should be able to develop a simple but effective content strategy. Fifth is create marketing automations to generate leads on autopilot. One thing that I think is lacking in so many businesses is automation. You have to automate things in your business if you want to make sales consistently. And also if you want to make money in your sleep, if you want to make money while, you're snoring, while you're on vacation, while you're sick, things like that. You have to prioritize automating. So email automations, text automations. These days I use ManyChat, which is a automations tool for Facebook and Instagram. Basically, it automates comments. For example, some of y'all might be here because of automation. If you commented the word cash on my stories, in my feed, or on my live, you got an automated message. I didn't send that message myself. I automated that. So I use ManyChat for that. And I use ManyChat in my boutique as well. I have people comment a word and they get a link in their DMs all the time. I love it. And once it's set up, it's set up. It works forever. So for example, you could say comment. You could literally put comment, email on any post and be collecting subscribers every single day if you actually automated it. Lastly, is make your website better to generate more sales. So we talked earlier about like things that are impacting your conversion rate. Yeah, you got to fix it. You got to fix those things on your website. It's not just about what it looks like. It's also about like all the moving parts, the navigation, the shipping policy, the return policy, the checkout page, the product descriptions, so on and so forth. All of that is going to impact your ability to drive the sales that you want. What would be the niche? What if you're a boutique? My niche is loungewear. I sell women's loungewear. That's it. I don't sell nothing else. Women's loungewear. If it ain't comfortable, stretchy, loungy, I don't sell it. Um, let's see. I've tried adding tops and bottoms to my store, but notice that people are mainly buying my dresses and jumpsuits. So I'm thinking I should stick to that. Though, yeah, exactly. And even if like for example, when we go back to inventory investment, how much money I'm putting into inventory, if you look at your sales history and let's say that 80% of your sales is coming from dresses and jumpsuits, 80% of your inventory budget should be allocated to dresses and jumpsuits. Do you offer one-on-one? I do. I know you can schedule email segments but can you also schedule out daily emails? Yes, you can. I schedule all of my emails. I don't like creating emails on the fly. Automate emails on Klaviyo, not messages. Oh wait, let's see. My automated messages on Klaviyo aren't sending. I don't know why. It could be that you may have a conditional split setup of some sort, or there are filters that might be set up that are preventing them from being sent. So can we have some intel on what the brazen rebranding will consist of? It will consist of more than clothes. That's all I got. I'm gonna sell other things besides clothes. Coming soon. You'll know very soon. Okay, so we're almost done, y'all. As you fix those 6 things, there are 2 priorities that you should have. The first one is reach and leads. You need to reach people. You need those people to subscribe to your list. Right now, you may be focusing on followers and engagement, and it's completely and utterly stressing you out. And I really hate that for you, friend, because it ain't that important in all actuality. Like, you're not going to get a gold star for having 100,000 followers. You're not going to make $100,000 because you have 100,000 followers. It's not important. You need to focus on reach and you need to focus on leads. Okay. So I want to encourage you to market without limits. And what that means is I don't want you to try to put a cap on how many times you do this and how many times you do that and what times you do this and what times you do that. Market because you want to make more money. Market because you want more traffic. If you look at your analytics midday and you see that, it ain't looking how you want it to look for the day, market some more. Like, don't minimize your business to something that some rando on the internet said you should do. And let me tell you, I wholeheartedly mean that. Like, all these people on the internet sharing random tidbits about how many times to do this and how many times to do that and what times are best and all of that. Like, please don't listen to those people. Please don't. What works for them may work for them. That's them. Do what works for you. And I would hope that whatever you choose to do that works for you is in accordance with the goals that you set for yourself. I'm thinking about niching down my store to being mainly a size inclusive dress store. It's what I'm passionate about instead of size inclusive clothing store. Do you think that is marketable or too close-minded? No, I think that's marketable. So, or do you think I should segment my audience to see who my dress buyers are and see if they show up? Do that first. Segment first and then see how that goes. But I don't think that's too close-minded. How do you automate marketing on social media to get emails? ManyChat. I would recommend using the app ManyChat. Can somebody type ManyChat? Somebody who knows what ManyChat is, can you type it in the chat for Dara? I use ManyChat for that. And they have tons of YouTube tutorials and stuff. It'll show you how to set it up. Are Instagram ads good? Instagram ads are fantastic. Let me tell y'all this. So a lot of times people are looking for an answer about whether a platform is good or bad. The truth of the matter is your marketing is what's going to impact the results that you get from that. The platforms are fantastic. They work amazingly. Multi-million and billion-dollar brands run ads on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Google, YouTube every single day because they work. When they don't work, it's because of you. Remember, I said we're going to keep saying it's your fault, not their fault. If your marketing is not effective, it's not going to work. I've had so many people tell me Facebook ads don't work. Facebook ads work amazing. Amazing. I've made multiple 6 figures running ads, and it didn't cost me 6 figures to do it. They work amazing, but they only work amazing when my marketing is amazing, when my targeting is good, when my content is good, when my messaging is good, when I have inventory on the store, on my site that people actually want when they visit the store. Facebook and Instagram are never at fault. It's always us. It's always a me thing. It's never a them thing, okay? All right, so let's keep going. So I want to encourage you guys to market without limits, as I stated. And I want to give you guys a very clear example of what it looks like to market without limits. So Fashion Nova is an example of a smart brand that markets without limits. Fashion Nova is known for its relentless approach to visibility. They post about 2 times every hour for 13 hours straight. And I'm not exaggerating. Sometimes it's even more than that. Their goal is simple: reach as many people as possible. Literally, they post 2 times an hour every single day for like 13 hours straight. No joke, every day. And this is because the more people you reach, the more sales opportunities you have. It is so important, again, not to be like, I did my 1 post per day and I did my 1 post per day. What did your 1 post per day get you? It reached 1,000 people. It reached 500 people. Well, how about you try reaching 10,000 people today? It could be as simple as you posting again. Nobody said that there was a rule that said you could only post 1 time per day. Who said that? Who said that? So why does it work? With such frequent posts, they flood their audience's feed, which generates more traffic to their site. Period. The algorithm, number one, controls who sees your content. The algorithm controls that. So let's imagine you post every day at 9 a.m. and you reach, I don't know, 500 people. Okay, and once the algorithm moves on to somebody else's content, your content dies. It don't see nobody no more. Nobody else sees it. If you post again, guess what? More people see your content. You post again, more people see your content. If you post again, more people see your content. It can't be a matter of you thinking that you're going to get on somebody's nerves, because the algorithm ain't going to show every single piece of content to every single person that has already seen a post today. And I know this to be true. Literally, if you open your phone, I don't know if you guys are watching this on your phone or on a computer, but if you go to Fashion Nova's Instagram right now and look at their content just from today, you will literally see that they've posted multiple times per day, number one. But number two, you'll see that all of those posts have different amounts of likes, different amounts of comments, different amounts of shares. The shares are visible now. You'll see that they're not getting equal quantities of results from it, and they don't care because they're just trying to reach people and drive more traffic. That's it. So the result of them posting as much as they do, because of the wide reach, Fashion Nova has a large pool of people that they can retarget with their ads, and also they can create lookalike audiences of those people based off of their existing customers. And ultimately, of course, they are driving organic traffic to the site. Also, because they're driving more traffic, they're generating leads. Remember, leads are potential customers. So a percentage of all that traffic that they're driving to their site every day is going to become email and text subscribers, which gives them a direct line to potential buyers that they can continue to market to. So again, if you minimize it to one post per day, okay, cool. One post per day. What did that get you? It got you what it got you. 2 posts per day could have got you double that maybe. But here you are with your 1 post per day and mad about what you got from your 1 post per day. When all you had to do, me and my friend were talking about this the other day, and we said the worst case scenario is that you would have to create some more content, because people will tell me, I don't have enough content. Great, create some more. It's simple. That's the worst case scenario. You got to create some more content. You got to put them clothes back on and take some more pictures. You got to go back into Canva and create some more content, or you just got to repost some content that you've already posted. You got to repurpose it. The second worst case scenario is that you got to post some more. Worst case scenario, you ain't going to get fined. Nobody's going to call you out. You just got to keep doing it and not think that somebody's going to I don't know, get you fired off Instagram for it. It's crazy. Everyone in the comments is so nice and helpful. Oh, you said you ain't lying. Listen. Okay. Now let's do another example. Oh, wait, before that. So I took this screenshot right before we got on here. These are all posts from today, if anybody thinks that I'm lying. I took this right before we got on here because I wanted y'all to see. All of this, and this ain't even all of them from today. What's this? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. This 15 posts from today alone. The one in the corner, the bottom corner, was 11 hours ago. It was posted before that. Crazy, right? So every post here is from today. They don't all have the same amount of likes, comments, or shares. The engagement isn't the point of posting. The point of them posting is to reach more people, typo, organically. Because yeah, they run ads, but also why would we not post for free? Like, why would we not do that? If we could go viral for free, why would we not? Like, come on now. Let's keep it moving. And even if it don't go viral, cool. That's fine. We're gonna post again, see how it goes. All right, let's see. Let's keep going. So I want to give you all another example. So Skims is another example, but in a different way. So Skims is a smart brand that understands the importance of lead generation. Skims takes a different approach than Fashion Nova. They don't post as much. They focus heavily on lead generation though. So every week they have a new launch or new drop. And every single week leading up to that launch, they start asking for email subscribers. So every week I see on their stories, they post like all the pictures of everything that's coming. And then on the last slide, it says join the waitlist. And when you click the link, it takes you to the website. You can see all the products, all the prices, all the sizes, all the colors, and you can sign up and get notified when that product drops. So important, so key, and such a simple thing that all of us could be doing. The more leads you have, the more sales you'll likely get. I would say this is way more valuable than, posting super consistently like Fashion Nova. And I want to talk about it. So again, before each drop, Skims shares the products that will be released, and they encourage their audience to subscribe to the waitlist. The key difference here is that people who join a waitlist are showing purchase intent. They're interested in buying when the product becomes available. People who follow your social media page, on the other hand, aren't necessarily expressing any intent to purchase. I'm gonna say that again. People who follow you on social media aren't necessarily saying they have intent to purchase. Some people just inspired by your journey, literally. And I can tell y'all that to be the case because that is the case over here. I have half of them people that follow me on Brazen's Instagram are not customers. they other boutique owners who are just inspired by the journey. Okay. I don't be banking on them followers to become purchasers, but I am gonna ask y'all to join my email list every day. If I'm dropping something new, join my email list. If we're about to run a sale the day before, I'm like, join our email list to get notified when this sale starts. Because I know that people who join a list have higher purchase intent. They're literally telling me, hey girl, I'm about to purchase from you. I'm ready. That's literally what they're saying. So it's so important in comparison to what Fashion Nova is doing. So they prioritize lead generation because this allows them to build a list of subscribers who are more ready to buy the moment the product actually launches. It's so valuable, y'all. There is not a single launch that I do nowadays where I don't prioritize growing my email list. Before I drop the inventory, I am literally days in advance, every day leading up to that, telling people to join my email list, giving them sneak peeks and telling them to join my email list to get notified when it drops. And even if they don't buy during that drop, that's okay, because guess what? Now I have a direct line of contact to you and I can continue to market. Woo, okay, so let's put some numbers behind this because numbers are the key to all of these things. No matter what part of the business we talking about, numbers is involved, every single part. The emails, the ads, the photo shoots, you got to pay for them. Models, got to pay for them. Traffic, numbers. Conversion rate, numbers. It's just numbers everywhere. So let's say you follow a similar marketing approach and you aim to reach 100,000 people through social media and other marketing efforts. So number one, if you market heavily, and let's say you were able to reach that 100,000 people that you want to see your brand. Number two, we want to prioritize lead generation with the understanding that all of them are not going to subscribe. Let's assume that only 5% of those people join your email list or text list. That will be 5,000 new subscribers who have shown interest in your brand, meaning they saw something that they thought was good enough that they wanted to give you their contact information and continue to hear from your brand. So next will be thinking about your conversion rate. So we know that all people who join a list, all people who come to a website aren't going to buy. So now out of those 5,000 subscribers, let's assume that only 2% convert into buyers like we discussed earlier. That will be 100 customers from this pool of subscribers. Now, that doesn't mean that the other 4,900 of them are never going to buy. It could just mean that you only had enough to serve 100 of them. It could mean that you don't have the size they want. You don't have the color they want. You don't have, I don't know, whatever. It could be anything, but that doesn't mean that you stop marketing to them. It doesn't mean that you've done anything wrong, okay? So lastly is revenue. So remember we set a goal to have a $65 average order value. So if you had a $65 average order value and all 100 of those customers spend $65, that's $6,500 in revenue from this pool of people from the marketing and lead generation efforts. So smart business is a process. You market to reach people. When you reach people, you ask them to join your email list. You actually email those people to sell to them, and only a percentage of them are actually going to become a purchaser. So if you map the numbers out with all those equations that we've gone through today, if you map the numbers out, it's quite simple to create a marketing plan, because now you get to say to yourself, I can look back at what I've done already and see that wasn't enough. When I did this thing one time, I got this. When I did this 2 times, I got this. When I sent this email 1 time a week, this is what I got. So now I need to increase these. If I do this 3 times as much, if I do this twice as much, I can see where the traffic is going to come from, so on and so forth, okay? So the holidays are coming up. How long before we start our campaign? So campaign as in like holiday campaign, like you're doing a photo shoot, you got like a whole storyline, you got a whole theme, or you mean like before you start launching some holiday stuff? You can start marketing holiday like right now. If you go into Walgreens, they got Halloween stuff and Christmas stuff already. You can start right now. It's just a matter of, can you consistently market it all the way through? That's the most important part. Can you keep it consistent and fun and exciting all the way through? So that's the part you want to consider. Like not anybody else's timeline. Can I do it consistently and do it well? Whew, okay, so important. Not every person who knows about your brand is a potential buyer, and not everyone who subscribes will buy, and that's okay. Okay, I know that sometimes you see the number of people who don't buy, and it like completely guts you. It's like, oh my God, it's like a stab to the heart. But it's okay. It's the nature of business. I guarantee you can talk to any multi-million, billion-dollar brand owner, and they would tell you it's okay, because it's the same in my business. And what they understand is that the more people that they reach and the more marketing that they do, the more sales opportunities that they have. It's the same for every business, okay? So this doesn't mean that you're doing anything wrong. It typically just means you got to keep marketing. That's it. That's the worst case scenario. You just got to keep marketing. How many emails do you send during Black Friday? I don't have a number. Remember I said I don't quantify marketing. I don't quantify it at all. I might plan to send 3, but I might send 5. And also it's dependent on segmentation. So I might send an email to all the people who love dresses and an email to all the people who love jumpsuits and all email to all the people who love sweatpants. And then I might send like one mass email, at midnight when the sale drops. It depends. I'm just looking at how much money did I make? Am I meeting my goal? No? Okay. Back to the drawing board. Opening Klaviyo again. We're back to it. Thank you. You're so sweet. All right, let's keep going. So, for clarity, your goal is to reach a wide audience to pull in qualified leads. From there, a percentage will subscribe and an even smaller percentage will convert into customers. But when you consistently focus on building reach and generating leads, these numbers stack up over time. So just like we looked at the numbers earlier and we saw like how the revenue increased and stacked up over time and it grew month by month by month, it's the same with your subscribers. It's the same with your reach. It's the same with your traffic. It's going to grow incrementally month by month by month if you're doing a good job of marketing, okay? Now, there is one more piece of this puzzle we have to discuss, and it's a big one that can and will prevent your sales if you don't get it together. Woo, this is the big one. Inventory. Inventory is what makes us the money, okay? We could do all the cute marketing, have the cute campaign, the good photo shoot, all the things. We can have all the things. But that inventory, if that inventory ain't right, them sales ain't coming. Okay. And I don't even mean like inventory being bad. I mean like not having enough of it, having too much of this and not enough of that. Like when you don't understand how to control those elements of the business, that's a big part of why a lot of people don't make their sales. They're like, I sold out of this, but I ain't sell out of that. Friend, if you sold out of that, if you sold out of this, you need to go get some more of this. If you didn't sell out of that, cool. Let that sit for a while we focus on this. Okay? We need to get some more of what your customers want. We'll talk about it. Let's keep going. I can go off on a tangent on this one, okay? So having the right inventory is essential to turning those potential customers into actual buyers. Without the right inventory, your sales will be low and slow. There are 3 factors I want you to consider as it pertains to your inventory. Oh, excuse me. So you have to have inventory your audience wants at all times. Emphasis on what your audience wants, not you, not your personal preferences. What does your audience want? This can be as simple as you talking to them, like asking them, what are you looking to shop for this season? What's been catching your eye? What's on your wish list to buy this season? Like ask them. Don't just guess. You ain't gotta pretend you know them. You could just learn them by asking questions. So it's simple. If you don't have products your customers actually want to buy, you won't make sales. This is why understanding your audience and what appeals to them is so important. Know your audience. Make sure you're stocking inventory that fits your brand and meets your customers' desires. You don't want to guess. Use your data and your feedback from your customers to guide your buying decisions. So someone mentioned earlier that she could see that a lot of her sales were coming from dresses and jumpsuits. That's important information. That tells you something about your customers' buying preferences. Give your customers what they want so that you can get the sales that you desire. A second point is that you have to have enough inventory in stock. So picture this, a customer finally finds something they love on your site, but it's out of stock. Now you've lost a sale and they may not come back. They may go to somebody else's website and start looking for that elsewhere. They may go to Amazon, Fashion Nova, Pretty Little Thing to see if they can find something similar. So you like spark the interest, but the mere fact that it's not there, there's no notice of if it's coming back or when it's coming back. There was no way for them to sign up for a back in stock alert. No way for them to contact you to ask if it was coming back or when it was coming back. You lost the sale. So you got to have enough inventory, making sure you know making sure you've projected how much traffic is going to be coming to your store so that you can also project how much inventory you need to be able to support the traffic that you're going to get. Your stock matters. Ensuring you have enough inventory to meet demand is crucial for conversion. If your marketing works and you've driven traffic to your site, but you can't fulfill orders, you're losing money and customers at the end of the day. Okay. And then the third point is that it's often better to go deep, not wide. This was the biggest change in my mindset when it came to inventory. And it actually didn't come until I started working with the inventory strategist. So I worked with the inventory strategist for like 2 years, and it was one of the best investments I've ever made as a as a boutique owner. And she doesn't work with just boutique owners. She works with product-based businesses in general. But basically, she helped me to become smart about what to do with my money when it came to buying inventory. I used to go and buy inventory and think I needed the biggest collection possible. So I might have like a collection of 10 or 12 different looks, but I would have like 6 of each, 12 of each. And so what I realized was that, like most of y'all, I would sell out of these 2 things and then I would have these 10 things just sitting. And I'm like, why is nobody buying these 10 things? I don't understand. It would really stress me out. It really bothered me. And so what she taught me was that it was important to find out what products you needed to buy deep in and what products you could still buy wide in. So let me give you perspective here. So I used to buy equal quantities of everything. And eventually I said to myself, well, Darlene said to me, her name's Darlene. She said, Jance, you sell this many sweatpants every single month, but this is how many sales you miss out on. And the reason that she was able to see that was because she was looking at how much traffic was going to that page in particular. And number one, she was looking at how many sales I got and the fact that I kept selling out of them. And she was like, Jance, you're missing out on so much money because you have all this traffic going to the site, but the sweatpants are sold out 99% of the time. And I was, celebrating like, oh, I'm selling out fast. I'm selling out quick. I'm selling out in a day, in an hour, whatever. And she was like, you crazy. You're missing out on so much money. So I started buying deep, meaning that I went from buying, let's say 2 packs to buying like 12 packs. And I know that sounds crazy, but I literally went from spending my money across a multitude of things to spending a good chunk of my money on a couple of things. And that really increased my sales and kept them consistent. So as a newer business owner, you might be tempted to offer a wide variety of products to appeal to everyone. But the truth is, it's usually better to go deep, meaning more of fewer items. So why go deep? When you go deep on products that you know your customers want, you're more likely to sell out of those items and serve more people. Going wide or stocking too many different types of products spreads your resources thin and can leave you stuck with inventory that doesn't sell. And that shouldn't say you are more likely to sell out. It should say that you're more likely to not sell out. And what I mean by that is like, for translation, I don't want to be sold out. That was the big shift. I used to think I wanted to be sold out. And I was like, I don't want to be sold out. Like, why would I want to be sold out of the thing that's making me money? Why do I want to be sold out of something that I know I could make money from if it were still here? Ding, ding, ding. So I stopped I stopped being scared of buying inventory. I was like, no, I want to have enough to span across 3 months. I want to have enough to keep this going for as long as humanly possible. And I did, thank the Lord. Let me see, what are y'all saying in here? Um, Whew. As a hairstylist, I only have X amount of working days. So when I get to the point of being fully booked, what should my marketing look like afterwards? Is it still as consistent? Yeah, I would still make it consistent. I know so many hairstylists that have like wait lists because, for example, I'm at my friend Bianca's conference right now. She teaches hair brands. So everybody in that room, they either sell hair or do hair, which is so interesting to me because I'm the only one in the room who does not. But one of the things that the speaker yesterday, her name's Kalia, she's you may follow her. Her business is Slayology. Yesterday, she was a guest speaker, and I was on her website looking at everything, and she has a wait list. Like, she works with a lot of celebrity clients and things of that nature, but also regular women who just want to get their hair done and have the budget to do so. But yes, I would definitely continue to market for sure. How do we know who to hire and where? Well, you would want to take an assessment of what you're not good at and where you need help, number one. Number two, think about where you went to find a job or where you were found. Indeed, LinkedIn, things like that. But also, if you're looking for just like contract work, you can use Upwork, Fiverr, things of that nature. But it starts with you being clear about what you need help with. I went into XXL, but I didn't really sell. Tell me why I stopped and people are asking for it. Oh, Lord. Yeah, people do that. You're absolutely correct. I never understood that not being sold out then until I finally brought deep an item. Yep. As far as inventory, when first starting out, does it still make sense to go wide to understand that your audience may like I sell jewelry? I don't think so. I think it's so important to know your audience and feel confident in your decisions. that you've made for them from an inventory standpoint. I think it's important to choose like 3 to 5 things that you really believe that your audience will love. Okay, I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna come back to your comments. Don't let me forget. Okay, you need to understand inventory planning and management. In short, inventory planning and management is about making sure you have the right products in the right quantities at the right time. That was what I learned working with Darlene. Let me say, the lady is intelligent, okay? She had a skill that I did not have. What I had to really come to the terms of understanding is I have a retail business and I need people who understand retail working with me and helping me. Even with 11 years of retail experience, I only worked in one department of retail, sales. That was it. I had never worked in marketing. I'd never worked in branding. I'd never worked in inventory. I never had worked in any of those things. So I knew that I needed to get help, expert help for those things. So simplifying or defining planning versus management, because they're two different things. I used to think inventory management was just counting my inventory, but it's not. So first things first, you want to plan your inventory. This means forecasting what products you'll need based on customer demand, seasonality, and your sales history. So looking back at what has happened, talking to your customers, and making a forecast on what inventory you need to buy. And then management is the process of tracking your inventory, ensuring you don't run out of popular products and avoiding overstocking items that aren't moving. Again, things I learned working with Darlene. So when done right, inventory management ensures that you're always ready to convert a potential customer into a buyer because you'll have what they want when they want it. I was missing out on sales because I ain't have what them people wanted when they wanted it, okay? So again, just to reiterate, it's all about having the right products in the right quantities at the right time. And here's the fun fact, you only need 3 to 5 core products to make the consistent sales you desire. And if you don't believe me, I want to show you what's possible when you learn your customers and keep their favorites in stock. So this is a screenshot from my business. Anybody who's been following me for some time, you know, sweatpants has been my thing for the last few years, and it has made up a nice chunk of my sales. I've sold a multitude of different styles of sweatpants. All of these that are featured here are the same style of sweatpants. They're just named differently. They're the same sweatpants from the same vendor, same quality, same fabrication, like exact same pairs of sweatpants. I've sold 8,044 pairs of this same sweatpant, and they have made me $132,923.90. We talked earlier, this whole webinar was about how to make $100,000. I figured out how to make $100,000 from one product. And it wasn't that hard. This part was just, oh, I just need to keep it in stock. Got it. Okay. I just need to stop getting bored because let me tell you, I get bored. I don't like having to keep buying it. I would love to sell something else, but I also would love to keep my money consistent. So by keeping the money consistent, I was able to, or sorry, by keeping the inventory consistent, I was able to keep the money consistent. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. Marlena said, I'm looking at my numbers now. Thank you for the styles that aren't making me the bulk of money. Do I remove them or keep them on the website and I just market the ones that make more money? So I would honestly just discount them, like let them go, put them on sale, put them in the clearance section. That's a whole nother topic for a whole nother day, but markdowns are important. That's another thing. I knew that markdowns were important, but I didn't have a strategy for markdowns. Marking down your old inventory, marking down things that aren't selling well, running promotions on just the things that aren't selling well. Like I've done promotions where like buy 2, get 1 free of the things that just ain't moving. And people be like, oh, free? I love that. I sell Christian kids clothing. Is that too broad of a niche or should I continue to niche down some more? No, I think that's pretty niche down for sure. Darlene is on Instagram. Her Instagram is Darlene_Y_Mitchell. Let's see. Style Seed lets you sign up via text. Oh, yep, it sure does. You're right. Yes, I love Kalia. Slayology is the truth. Yeah, she was at the conference yesterday. She's so amazing. I was like, oh, girl. If I did hair, okay. Thank you, Susie. So, last thing before we get to the summary of this thing. If you can master the 4 P's of marketing, the 4 P's of marketing are also called the marketing mix. You will always make money. So I actually learned about the 4 P's of marketing when I was in college. And it was one of those things I didn't really think that I needed to know. I didn't see where I was gonna need this. And guess what? I need it every day. So the 4 P's of marketing are product, price, place, and promotion. Product is what you sell, price is how much you sell it for, place is where you sell it, and promotion is how you sell it. So at the beginning, I mentioned like we just got to make decisions and stand in them and not be so willy-nilly all over the place with the business as a whole, like what you offer, how you offer it, what you sell, how much you sell it for, who it's for. Like when all of that is chaotic, your sales are inconsistent. Your sales are low. Your sales, they ain't gonna make much sense. Okay. So I got to the point where I said, I sell loungewear, period. And then I got to the point where, I was able to clarify. I sell sweatpants, I sell leggings, I sell legging sets, I sell jogger sets, I sell tank tops, like t-shirts. This is what I sell. This is my product. So when I'm going to look at inventory and things like that, there are certain things that I look at and there are certain things that I do not look at. I literally scroll right past. Secondly, I got clear about my price point. I sell inventory between this dollar amount and this dollar amount. And if I know how much money I'm willing to charge, well, now I get to work backwards and say, how much am I willing to pay? Because I want my margin to be between this percentage and this percentage. Place is all about where I'm going to market it at. So, or where I'm going to market and sell it at. So obviously going to market through your social media channels, but as I mentioned earlier, I'm not consistent on all of them. Instagram is my like pride and joy. It's where everything works well for me. But I also use email marketing, text marketing, pay ads. I also added a mobile app because I thought that was pretty cool for brand loyalty, and it is. And then lastly, it's promotion. How do you sell it? So I'm sure y'all have saw, if you follow me, I've been using stacks of sweatpants for what feels like forever to sell these sweatpants. Like I found one consistent type of content that works and I just keep using it. If it works, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, as the people say. So I ain't fixing nothing that ain't broke. So you just got to make a decision and stand in that and let it be what it is. Um, is it smarter to get some type of business funding or use your own funds? So I don't think it's smart or not smart. I've never had business funding ever. I would love for some I'm actually working on getting some grants right now, but I've never had a loan, a grant, a nothing. So I think if you can get funding for sure, especially if it's like a grant, something you ain't got to pay back, absolutely. Now, if it's a loan, I wouldn't recommend it only because you got to pay loans back. And if you're not confident and don't have a clear path forward of how you're going to actually pay that money back, I wouldn't recommend it. Do you have a loyalty rewards app? I use an app called Rise.ai for loyalty and rewards. What's the best app to create an app? I use Tapcart to create my app. It's called Tapcart. All right, let's keep this shebang going, okay? So how do you feel? Do you feel you are prepared to master the things we've discussed today? Or do you feel like you need a little bit more support? Give me a 1 if you feel like I got this. Give me a 2 if you're like, Jance, help me, Jesus. I'm lost. Please support me. Is having your own app better than using the shop app? Yes, it is. Definitely. Mix of both. Okay, I'll take that. I'll take that. I'll take that. Perfect. Listen, if you are prepared to do the things, I love that for you. Okay. So before we go, do I have permission to tell you guys a little bit more about how I can support you as you learn how to improve your business and increase your sales? Let me know. Can I tell you about how you can continue to work with me? Perfect. Perfection. Okay, great. Lovely. Lovely. Okay. Perfection. All right. So first things first, I want y'all to know that you can do this. Okay. Let's start there. You can do this. Yes, there are people making bajillions of dollars. I'm not making bajillions of dollars. I don't know bajillions, even a number. I'm not making bajillions of dollars. I worked my way up from $0, and I've worked with so many women who have worked their way up from $0 as well. Okay. This is one of my clients. Her name's Deloria. She runs this boutique, Carbon Tags Boutique. And I want to say we started working together in 2021, like the end of 2021, I think. This is her Instagram. She has 10,000 followers, 639 posts. She's following 175 people. And she didn't have 10,000 followers when I started working with her. She doesn't post consistently. She runs ads. She has inventory that she consistently, sells. She has her business down pat. It works and it makes money. So I want to show you some of the conversations that me and Deloria have had over the years. that we've known each other. So she sent me this screenshot. She sent me this message that says, Jance, I set a goal for $100,000 this year. So remember, we started with $100,000 goal. This is a real person who came to me with a $100,000 goal. She said, I set my goal for $100,000 this year. My first year really taking this serious. I'm already at $44,000 and only 2 months in. This was in February. She sent me a message in February and said, Jance, I'm already at $44,000 for the year. She says, this means that I only have to do $5,600 a month to be able to make her $100,000 that she wanted to make that year. And she said, since starting the accelerator in October, I haven't had a month that was less than $10,000, which means if I keep my SHIT together, I'll do well over $100,000. And spoiler, she did do well over $100,000 that year, which is amazing. On the right is another message from her. She said, okay, the goal was $1,000 by noon. I hit it by 11 and I started at 7:30 a.m. So it took her 4.5 hours to make our $1,000 goal. And at the bottom, you can see she says, this is from literally one item. Remember, I said it only takes 3 to 5 core items for you to make the money that you want to make. And she made this from one singular item that she had available. Here are more conversations from us. So this was on February 19th of 2022. She says, this is how my month was going, and the plan was $15,000. She set a goal for $15,000 for the month. And she said, then I was like, with the emojis, I remember who my coach was and what the accelerator taught me, and I had my highest day ever and turned it all around in 1 week. And bam, goal hit with days left to spare. So when she sent me the screenshot, she had made $4,942.72. That was from February 1st to February 12th. She said she went back to the drawing board to what she had been taught. And from February 13th through the 19th, she made $10,454. So that's $10,454 plus the $4,942 she had already made, which put her at $15,397.24. She made her goal because she went back to what she had been taught. It's not that hard. I promise you. You just got to follow directions. That's it. Okay, so you can master this too inside my program. It's called E-commerce Profit Plan, and I want to tell you guys more about it. Okay, so before I tell you about it, was anybody in here in business during the height of the pandemic? I'm not gonna lie to y'all. If I could get the pandemic back, minus all of the chaos, the sickness, the death, and all of that, like if I could just get back, everybody got a stimulus check, everybody got a little PPP loan. If I could get that back, I'd be happy as ever. Everybody had money and I loved it here. I loved every waking moment. I really did. I really did. Everybody had money. Business was booming. It really was. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I loved it. Well, let me tell you, the success that we all felt, myself included, it was very abnormal. It wasn't normal. And the reason that it wasn't normal was because people, the consumers that we were selling to, they had more money than they typically would have. I won't say ever had, that they typically would have had. They had stimulus checks. Some people got multiple stimulus checks. There were some people who were getting funding every week because they didn't have no job. People was applying for PPP loans that they know they shouldn't have. Business owners was getting EIDL loans and pocketing some of the money, child. Like, people had money. They had money, okay? It was abnormal. And so regardless of that, getting these kinds of results consistently could still be your norm when you actually learn the business of retail and e-commerce. If I didn't know the things that I know and understand the industry and understand the terminology and all of those things, my business probably would look crazy today because the pandemic had all of us rich. I ain't even gonna lie. It had so many people rich. And I talk to so many people every day who say, I don't know why my business is not working the way that it was during the pandemic. And it's simply because they didn't understand the business, okay? So inside E-commerce Profit Plan, we teach you how to not only generate sales, but put cash in the bank. We teach our students how to build real brands. I am not the girl who wants to teach you how to go viral on Instagram or TikTok or none of that. I'm not the girl that's going to teach you how to edit your reels or none of that. I am just going to teach you how to make money. I'm going to teach you how to make the right decisions for your business that are going to impact your ability to not only generate sales, but put money in your bank to be able to pay yourself. Because I don't think enough people consider the fact that you didn't start a business to still be working a 9 to 5 and then not be able to pay yourself from the business. Like, it doesn't make sense. There's no part of that that makes sense at all. You could just work the job. You don't need to work the business if you're not going to pay yourself at the end of the day, right? So Here's some more examples of ladies who have gone through my program. Sidebar, we used to have two programs. We used to have a program called the Accelerator, Boutique Accelerator, and E-commerce Elementary. And we actually combined them into one program in this e-commerce profit plan, which I will tell you guys about in a second. So on the left is a email from my student, Malika. She sent me an email, and this is her sales from January 1st to March 31st. She made $94,000 in 3 months. She said to me, feel free to use or share. I'm just mad I didn't do it even $100,000. Imagine being mad that you made 94,000 instead of 100,000. Like, I imagine being able to be mad about that. like, I wish I had made my full 100,000. Like 94,000 ain't enough, in 3 months. Crazy. In the middle is another student. She said, y'all, I just hit my first $10,000 month, freaking 10K. I didn't see it coming. I've had my head down just working and applying things Jance has been teaching, and applying and listening and applying. Applying is the key here. It ain't a matter of me saying something to you one time and then you do it one time and it's just supposed to work. You have to continue to do it, okay? She said, I'm so grateful and thankful and at a loss for words. And then on the right is one of my students who actually worked with me as well as Darlene. Sidebar, Darlene is one of the coaches in my program. So if you're wondering how you can work with Darlene, you can work with Darlene inside my program. You kill two birds with one stone. So this student said, Pastor Jance, I had a short moment of time where my Instagram name was Pastor Jance. It says Pastor Jance, Big Jance, Coach Jance. Listen, I followed directions all the way. Emphasis on followed directions all the way. It can't be a piecemeal situation. It has to be, I did what you said to do down to a T, okay? She said, listen, I followed directions all the way. I planned, created content, emailed, and text, had enough, everything we talked about today. She said, I created the content, I emailed, I text, I had enough inventory. Studied the SHIT out of my analytics, and I listened to what Darlene said. I have never worked so hard in my life these past 3 weeks. Darlene said 13,000 for the month, and in the quarter with 27,000, it's done. All organic traffic, no ads, no influencers, all organic because I haven't had time to turn my ads back on. I have a little cleanup because I see where I made a few mistakes. Now let me go back through these modules because I'm sure I missed something. But just know you have a student for life. Here are my numbers. So she made $27,000, $27,001, just $1 over the amount that was projected that she would make. Why? Because she knew how to manipulate the numbers. She knew exactly what decisions to make, how to price it, what inventory to buy. And it came down to that, to the dollar. Like, that's insane, to the dollar. And that's a component of learning the business. It's just forecasting. It's just working the numbers and figuring out what it's going to take to make the money that you would like to make. Whew, okay, so e-commerce profit plan teaches product-based business owners, not just for boutique owners, how to build meaningful brands that produce impactful cash. And when I say impactful cash, I mean money that allows you to pay yourself. Like, that's what I feel to be impactful. It's one thing to be able to share your shiny screenshot with somebody and say you made X amount of dollars in whatever duration of time. It's another thing to be able to say, and I paid myself $25,000. I paid myself $100,000 this year. I paid myself $5,000 for the week. It's different. It hits different, okay? It's different when the money is in your business's bank account and when you get to transfer some over to your personal account because you can afford to do so without the business falling apart. Here are a few more. I won't bore you with reading them all. Malika made $500,000 in 19 months. Latoya, she was shooting for a $10,000 goal. She was $1,000 away. I don't remember who this was. I want to say this is Stacy. She said her goal was 4,000. She made 5,002. In the corner, she said her goal was, I don't know what her goal was, but she was comparing. She was comparing the month current to the same month previous, and she had made $6,100 in comparison to $1,300 the previous. And then at the bottom, this person said my goal was $15,000, and she was at $22,000 when she shared her screenshot. And these are all women who've gone through my program at some point. So we teach our students how to set realistic goals and create a strategic plan to achieve them, no matter how big, no matter how small. We'll show you what the numbers need to look like, what the inventory needs to look like, what the marketing needs to look like, so on and so forth, for you to make whatever amount of money that you would like to make. And more screenshots, 10,000, 25,000, It's just screenshots. Money has been made. Okay. So I know how to easily and consistently make $100,000, and I'd love to serve you as your guide on this journey. So think about what you can achieve in the next 90 days if you were able to double your sales and sell 50% more inventory. You would be able to reinvest into your marketing. You may be able to expand your product line, get more inventory, hire some help. That's important because you can't run a 6 and 7 figure. You can run a 6-figure business by yourself, but when you get into them high 6 figures, you can't run it by yourself. You're a crazy person to do so. You may be able to pay off some debt, some credit cards, some student loans, something. Enhance your branding, increase your personal income. That's a big one for me. I want all the girlies to increase their personal income, because that was a big component for me, because I didn't have a job when I started my business. I started my business literally, and it was just me and the business. So I needed to produce a income as fast as humanly possible. So just to give you context about what's in the program, I know some of you, is anybody in here in my membership right now? Give me a 1 in the chat if you're in my membership. I get a lot of questions from people asking if my membership has the same thing. Okay, membership. Hey, y'all. Anybody, give me a 2 if you're in the program. Give me a 2 if you're in the program. So, what was I going to say? So I get a lot of questions about the difference between my membership and my program. The biggest difference is the amount of access to me that you get. That is the biggest difference. The second biggest difference is the amount of context that you're getting about the business. So my membership is more of a learn on demand type of platform, and it's really more foundational. It's telling you what the thing is, helping you to expand your thoughts around what it actually takes to run a business, right? So for example, a lot of people who come into my membership, they're not sending emails yet. They're not sending texts yet. They have a website that's halfway built. They just need answers to questions. The people that come into my program are people who want my hand to hold. Like, they're like, Chance, please tell me what to do every single day. Like, I just need to talk to you all the time, and I need you to show me a walkthrough of all these things, and I want to share what I'm working on. I want to share what's working and what's not, and I want to plan to move it forward. Okay. So I am out of breath. So our program is divided into 3 levels. The first level is brand building. And in that level, we talk about market research, which is really important, how to position where your brand is going to be market placed within the market. Brand strategy, creating a brand identity that's going to resonate with your target audience, making sure you're clear about who your audience is before you go making more decisions about inventory, marketing, so on and so forth. And then lastly, brand positioning, making sure you know how you want your brand to be positioned in the market so that it stands out and attracts your ideal customers. Level 2 is where money is made, driving sales. So inventory strategy, marketing strategy, launch strategy, sales funnels. These are the things that I love talking about. The things in brand building, I like talking about. The things in driving sales, I love talking about. Yeah, I won't go into too much context. I love talking about these things, and it's because this is where the money resides in your business. If you don't learn how to properly plan and manage your inventory, it's going to impact your sales. If you are not marketing enough, or if you're not marketing effectively, it's going to impact your sales. Launch strategy is one of my favorite topics of all time. We just had a class on Thursday about launch strategy. Was anybody there? Some of y'all should have been there. Amazing class. We went through the difference between campaigns and launching. Loved it. The previous day, literally the day before, we went through campaign strategy and what the difference between the two are. And sales funnels, we went through the week before. Love all the things, okay? And then level 3 is all about cash flow and profit. So this is all about customer retention, how to keep your customers coming back, team building, because like I said, you'd be a crazy person to try to keep running this business by yourself, especially as it grows. And then cash flow. Learn how to track income and expenses to ensure you always have the cash that you need. And then lastly is profit maximization, how to increase your profit margins, including cost cutting, because you can cut some costs here and there, upselling, and also optimizing for operational efficiency. So those are the 3 levels in the program. And the program consists of weekly live coaching with me every single week, multiple times a week. We meet 2 to 3 times per week. All of our calls are recorded. So if you can't make it, you can watch the replays. So all of the classes we've had since August, because we just started a new, we just moved to a new platform. All of those classes are in there as well. You get lifetime access to the curriculum. You get access to an in-house marketing instructor, and you also get access to an in-house inventory strategist. That's Darlene, who some of you guys were asking me about. And then you get access to all of my tools and strategies. Like I said at the beginning of the class, I'm not a gatekeeper. I am not I'm not telling you that type of person. If you paid me for advice, you pay me for guidance, that's what you're going to get. You just got to ask for it, okay? All of the lessons are detailed. I try not to leave nothing out. And if I leave something out, you better bet we're going to have a class about it because I got to make sure you know the point. And then as a bonus, this year we're actually doing 5 Black Friday prep sessions. So if you've ever had a trash Black Friday, you won't, because we're going to make sure that you have a fantastic Black Friday this year and every year to come. And if you think I'm lying, last year I hosted a Black Friday class, and ironically, I hosted a Black Friday class that cost $1. Okay, listen to me, $1. I didn't give them everything for $1. I gave them some amazing information for $1. Okay, one session. These are remarks from people who took my $1 Black Friday class. This person said, I took notes on what you said to do for Black Friday and made more money in one day than my highest month ever. In one day, she made more than she made in her highest month. The next person said, I got 6 orders with new followers and email leads. I'm proud of taking the class. I'm going to keep using these gems. The last person said, I listened to your advice to get rid of old inventory. My whole website is almost sold out. I made 5 figures in a few hours. So crazy. I don't know about y'all, but I talk to people every day who have a whole bunch of old inventory that they wish that they could get rid of. They just need a plan. They don't know where to start. They don't know what to do. I know exactly what you should do. We just need to look at the numbers and make it make sense. And then you make the money. That's it. So just to round this thing off, this is from one of my students, Latoya. And I just want to show you how quickly the money can be made, okay? So she sent me this message on October 13th at around 12:30. And she said $4,000 in 28 minutes. 28 minutes. This is October. This ain't Black Friday. This ain't Christmas times, October, just a random October day. $4,000 in 28 minutes. My highest selling date to record, beat by $600. And then she came back to me at 9:21 p.m. on that same day, and she was at $7,160. And the day ain't even over. She still had over 2.5 hours to go for the day. And listen to this. She said, yes, I'm so upset though, because I have 39 pending requests for camo jumpsuit. That's $4,500 just sitting there. So this goes back to having enough inventory. But now she knows she got people waiting for inventory. That's $4,500 just waiting to be made. All she got to do is go back and get the inventory. That's it. And she said, I could have had a $10,000 day if I had the inventory. This is in one day, 28 minutes, $4,000. You ever made $4,000 in 28 minutes? That's insane. A few other students, $10,000 in 2 months. The middle one, she said she didn't hit her $30,000 goal, but she got pretty close, and she knew why she didn't hit it, which was all that mattered. And that's right. That's the most important part here. Like, do I know what it actually takes to be able to make the money that I want to make? Do I know where I went wrong and where I could have changed or what I could have done better or differently? That is what's most important in your business, because you can always pick it back up and try again. Okay. And the last one I already read to you, so I won't read that one again, but $10,000 sound real good to me, okay? So the program is open for enrollment, and it don't cost that much, okay? You can secure your spot for $249 today. This is just for y'all on this live. So it's 117 of y'all on this live, and some of y'all are already on in the program. Shout out to y'all. $249 gets you access to the program, weekly live classes with me, literally every week. Our next call is Tuesday with Darlene. Darlene's class is on Tuesday. I can't remember who asked me about Darlene earlier, but if you want to learn from Darlene, she will be there on Tuesday. On Wednesday, you have access to our marketing instructor, Brianka. And on Thursday, you have access to me, and our class this Thursday with me is on email marketing and text marketing. The program is lifetime access, as I mentioned. And yeah, you can get started for $249 today. So I will put the link in the chat if anybody is interested. And if you have any questions at all, drop them in the chat and let me know, because I want to answer you guys' questions before we get off here. Let me know how I can support you if you have any questions about anything that we discussed today. And yeah, I'm excited to know all the things. Let me know. I think I skipped a few things in the chat. So if I skipped your question, please let me know so I can go back to it or put it in the chat again so I can read it. Here's the link if anybody is interested in learning more. Um, woo, hold on, let's see. Is the program those who participate in the Boutique Academy? The Boutique Academy is the name of my business. So there is no class that is called the Boutique Academy. Within the Boutique Academy is our program, e-commerce profit plan, and the membership, which is Boutique Brand School. And then we have other classes like Klaviyo, our Klaviyo class, our Shopify class, things like that. So what class were you in? Let me know. Um, let's see. Does it matter when we join the program? So the program is open at all times. However, I'm going to be very transparent with you guys. I do not intend to coach it within this program in 2025. So this 2024, she's a done deal. Okay, we're about to knock this thing out with a big old bang. I'm giving the girls the best that I got, and then I'm going to go on about my life. I don't know what's next. I have no idea. I don't know. I do intend to run my business. I will say that I'm currently rebranding my boutique. So if this program sounds like what you need, this is the time to join it because we're about to go into the holiday season and all that good stuff. And yeah, it's going to be amazing. But you get lifetime access to it. You have lifetime access to the community. I'll still be in the community and everything. So yeah. Um, let's see. Hold on, I'm gonna scroll down. Can I use this program? Whoop, hold on. Can I use this program for my hair extension business? Yes, I think we have three, maybe four. I know for sure we have three hair extension companies in the company. I said the company in the class. Yes, your first payment is $249. If you are looking for, I'm very transparent, y'all. If you are looking for a low cost investment, I highly recommend joining my membership. If you are looking for ongoing guidance, I would recommend joining the program. The program is $249. That's your initial payment. And then it is 5 or 6 monthly payments after. I don't remember if it's 5 or 6 monthly payments afterwards. I've been following you for a while now, so I think I'm finally get on board. I have e-commerce, but not boutique, so I was hesitant. Oh, yeah, girl, come join us. Are the persons now entering separated from those already present? No, they're not. Everybody's in the same group. This was so helpful. You are so welcome. Um, do we use the membership sign on? You can use your same login. It's in Circle. It's in the same platform, but you'll see if you're already a member of the membership and you join a program, you're going to see two icons on the side of your screen. One of them will be for the membership, the other one will be for the program. So they're in separate Circle accounts. Woo. Will we still be able to access the previously purchased classes on the new platform? No, the new platform only has e-commerce profit plan in it. Will this still be available Monday? Yeah, it'll still be available Monday. Where are the replays for the program? They are in Circle. There's a whole section that says live replays. Are you in Circle? Let me scroll back down. Her programs are good for any product-based business. Thank you, Misha. Are you still doing one-on-one? I do one-on-one, but you have to apply to do one-on-one. Reason being is because I don't want to take anybody's money that I don't need to take. And what I mean by that is I have so many free resources on the internet that it doesn't make sense for me to sell you a 90-minute call when in fact you need a full walkthrough of this thing. So for example, like I've had people book a call with me and they are like book the call and fill out the application. And one of the questions I ask is like, what do you want to talk about on this call? Like, what do you need support with? And they'll say, I want help building my Shopify store. Or they'll say, I want help building my Klaviyo flows. The call costs more than the class, the Klaviyo class. The call costs more than the Shopify class. I'd rather just give you the Shopify class and it's gonna walk you through step by step, bit by bit, how to build that. So it's application based, but yeah, I do one-on-one. Send me a DM. I'll send you the link if you want to apply for one. Are the monthly payments are the monthly payments the same as the initial payment? The monthly payment is $375. So it's initial payment of $249, and then the monthly payments is $375. Um Tracy said, however, you would not have lifetime access to me. Whew. I want this one, but gotta wait to make that purchase. Where is the program link? I'll put it in the chat for you again. 2 seconds. I just put it in the chat. Let's see. How do you join? Oh, how do you determine what to charge for a service? I currently charge $420 to $560 for a hairstyle, but with the time required to create it, I would like to charge $600 to $800 for the hairstyle. Honestly, you just decide. Like, I know that sounds like a simple answer, but I think the hard part is us believing that someone will buy that. Like, for example, I would use this program as an example. So when I first started coaching, well, not coaching, when I first started selling a program, my very first program ever, I was in a program at the time, and my instructor was like, hey, you need to sell this for at least $1,000. And I was like, I can't. I mean, I fought her every week for weeks. I was like, I can't sell it for $1,000. I can't. And at some point I said, you know what? You don't know if you can because you haven't tried. So I launched it for a $997. I still refused to make it $1,000. It was $997. And I had 13 women sign up in like the first 11 days. And then by the end of the month, I think I had like 22 people who had signed up for basically $1,000 program. And I was in shock. But here's the kicker. I did the program the first time. Initially, my program was an 8-week program. And I did the program and I was so burnt out. And I was like, I can't believe I charged $1,000 for this. This can't be $1,000. I spend so much of my time, my effort, my money. For example, I worked with Darlene for 2 years, right? And I paid her, I don't remember how much I paid her, like maybe $800 or something like that for 2 years straight. And now my students get her time in my program for a fraction of what I paid to her. So I used to be like, oh no, I can't. No, I can't charge you that. Brianka, who is our marketing, our in-house marketing instructor, I still work with Brianka. I worked with Brianka for over 2 years, maybe 3 years now. I just paid Brianka maybe a month ago, like $2,000 to perform a service for me. And my students get her for a fraction of the cost. I pay her $2,000 for one singular service, and they get her for whatever their monthly payment is, you know? So yeah, you just got to charge it. You just got to do it and see if people pay you. I will say sometimes it takes an elevation in branding though. Like sometimes people need to see the value in it and believe that it's worth the money you're charging. Um, I'm in Circle and I don't see the replays. I have to email because all the classes say private. I can't see any of them. Yeah, send us an email. Send us an email if you don't see the replays. Um, and now that Klaviyo uses AI, you barely have to know anything. True. Will there be a new course in 2025? I don't know. So I'm rebranding my business, like I said. So I really want to take my own business serious because I've been coaching for 5 years consistently. Literally like nonstop, no breaks whatsoever. So I've never given my business 100% of my time and effort. So I want to try that. But I don't know. There may be. I don't know yet. As of 2025, the program will be self-paced and she will no longer be teaching it. I don't know. I don't know that I'll continue selling it either. I really don't know. I don't know that I want to add anything else to my plate because even if I make it self-paced, I still have to market it. And I don't know that I care to market it. Do we get access to all the individuals you mentioned for 2,500? Yeah, all of those people who I just mentioned, all those reviews and testimonials. Yeah, they're all in the program. Yes, ma'am. Tracy said, come join the family. Come join us. Anybody have any questions about the presentation or anything? Let me know. Or I can continue to answer questions about the program. I'm not opposed. I am, what time is it? It's 10:11. Let me see. Oh, it's 10:11. I've been here that long with y'all. That's crazy work. That is crazy. Let me know if you guys have any questions. I will send this replay to you guys. Um, it shouldn't take long for this to populate. So I will send this replay to y'all. Yeah, I'm gonna send this to y'all. It shouldn't take that long. Um, what other coaching products do you have? I have a membership. I have a Klaviyo course. I have a Shopify course, and I have an ads course. That's it. Access to you. Oh yeah, of course. Yeah. I coach 2 times a week minimum. And then I'm in the community. So people tag me all day, every day. Absolutely. I be begging them to tag the other coaches and they won't. I'm like, you can ask Priyanka that. You can ask Darlene that inventory question. They'd be like, no, Jance, what do you think? Is there an app for the program? Yes, it is. It's called Circle. So if you download the Circle app, you can use your I don't know if you created an account yet, but you should if you sign up, you get an email that has a link for you to join the platform. And then if you download the Circle app, you can use your same login to log into the program. You're welcome. Oh, yeah, sure. Hold on. I'll provide the membership link. 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Um, woo. I gotta find me something to eat, y'all. I have not eaten since a long time ago. And it's 10 something. That's so late to be eating, but I'm gonna go eat something. There's the link for the membership. Um, let's see. Do you do Shopify audits? Yeah. Well, you mean like as a service? No. I do not. I do audits inside my program if they ask. Can you talk more about building a brand and target audience? Sometimes I feel clear on them, but when it's time to write a caption, I realize I'm not so clear. So my recommendation is always to base your idea of your target audience after a real person, because that makes it a lot easier to create a messaging strategy, a marketing strategy, because everything that you would be doing would be for that person. So for example, my sister Ashley, she is my target customer. And everything about her is utilized in my marketing. So like my sister's a teacher, she's on a budget all the time. She only likes wearing comfortable clothes. And that's really because she's had a baby and she's not as comfortable with her body and things of that nature. So like I use what I know to be true about my sister to improve my marketing, to also make product decisions and things like that. But as far as building a brand, that starts with you clarifying like what exactly do you want to do, right? So if you tell yourself, I just want to sell trendy clothes, that's too broad for you to create a brand around it. Building a brand is all about perception. What do you want people to believe to be true about your business? So if it's a bunch of things all at once, they don't know what to believe to be true about your business. If you tell them something consistently, then they kind of are forced to believe that thing to be true. But their perception is also impacted by how you showcase your brand. So I find that a lot of people, for example, have like every picture is on a white background. Every picture is on the same background, right? But that doesn't really give context to what the brand is. A lot of your ability to brand your business well comes down to how you showcase your business's products in the marketing. What happened to the site that had all the previous recordings? We moved to a new platform. If you're referring to the membership used to be in a platform called Mighty Networks. It's now in a platform called Circle, and that's where all of our recordings are. Can you give us one ChatGPT prompt before we leave? For what? Like what you want to know? Let me know what you want to know from ChatGPT. I got GPTs for days. I use ChatGPT every day of my life. Let me know what you want to know. I'll give you one. Hi, Janice. Currently, my store is in Jamaican dollars, and because of that, I'm unable to set up shop on Facebook or Instagram. So, do you think I should separate my online from my store in Jamaica? Everything is under one umbrella. What is your opinion? That's a good question. In all honesty, I don't think that Facebook and Instagram make enough of an impact for you to separate the stores personally. I think that even though you have the option to tag your products and have people shop directly on the platform, the sales don't come as consistently. So it's definitely like slower, I would say. So I don't think it makes sense to do that. I think I missed the move to Circle. Yep. This is the link to Circle. Let's see. One that helps with some sort of strategy. Hold on, let me see if I can find you a ChatGPT prompt. 2 seconds. I'll try to find one that I've used for myself. Okay, here's one. Hold on. 2 seconds. Oh, wait, no, not that one. That one isn't really much of a prompt. I need a good one. I want to give you a good one. Let me go into my drive because I have a bunch of ChatGPT prompts in there. If y'all not using ChatGPT, highly recommend. Highly. Can't even hold you. If you're not using it, it's like, well, you want business to be hard. If you're not using it. Okay, I'm gonna give you one that I just gave them in my program the other day. Hold on. I'll put it in the chat so y'all can copy and paste it if you want. 2 seconds. It's long. So it says, I need help planning an effective launch as part of my whatever campaign. The campaign's main objective is whatever your objective is. And for the launch, I aim to generate however much money in sales. We're launching whatever it is that you're launching for whoever you're launching it for. And before the launch, I want to gain however many subscribers and need assistance creating a lead generation strategy. For lead generation, I plan to use whatever you're going to use, Facebook, email, Instagram, ManyChat, and I intend to share whatever type of content. Could you help me develop the launch strategy and timeline? Today is whatever date. We have however many days in your pre-launch, and our official launch date is whenever your launch is. That's the ChatGPT prompt. You're welcome. You're welcome. For those that doesn't let copy and paste screenshot it and then copy and paste from the photo album. Oh, you smart. You are so smart. ChatGPT basically running my business. You listen, I ain't mad at that. I'm not mad at that. All right, I got time for one or two more questions, and then I'm gonna go eat me something. Let me know what y'all want to know. And if y'all want to know nothing else, I'm gonna peace out. I'll send y'all this replay. It's been swell. Let me look at the little Q&A button. Oh, I see one. Simone said, hi, Janice. I'm launching a unique skincare brand What are your must-have apps do you use to maintain operations for your boutique? I don't really use apps to maintain the operations. I use apps to enhance operations. So, for example, I use Back in Stock so people can sign up to be notified when products are back in stock. I use One Click Upsell for upsells, basically to recommend products that they may also like in comparison to the product they're already looking at. I use an app called Delirious Profit. I love that app. It just gives me a different view of my sales history and my profit margins and things like that. Um, Frequently bought together adds products to the bottom of any product page that it thinks the person should also buy in their transaction. Those are the ones that I would recommend. Are you to connect your store to Pinterest? Yes, you can. You would go to Pinterest. I'm sorry, go to the Shopify App Store and select Pinterest. And then it will walk you through how to connect it. Give us a gem about running ads. Oh my God, ads are so complex to explain. I would say the biggest gem is to not run one ad at a time. So when I say ad, I don't mean the campaign, and most people don't understand that. So the campaign is the entirety of the ad. A campaign consists of the objective, the audience, and the ad itself, which is the content. So most people make the mistake of putting one singular piece of content in their campaign, and that's kind of like saying you know best, right? It's like saying I got one piece of content and I know it's bomb and I know people gonna love it. You don't know that them people gonna love it. You don't even know who these people are that are about to see this ad. So the best thing that you can do is put multiple ads into your campaign so that Facebook can disperse all of those ads to that audience and then tell you which one this audience actually likes. It's gonna say, this is how much your money was made from this one. This is how much money was made from this one. This is how many link clicks you got. This is how many purchases you got, so on and so forth. That would be the biggest gem I could give in the simplest terms. Um, woo, were the previous membership canceled? Yes. If you did not, we sent out, first of all, we sent out 80 bajillion emails about the membership switching to a new platform. So if people didn't switch over by a certain date, we canceled all of the ones that were not no longer active or did not switch over. Um, do you sell a vendors list? I do not. Do you recommend any books about business and mindset? I do not. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I am not a reader. I don't read. I'm the type where I know what I want to hear me out. Anybody who reads books in this room, please keep reading your books. Don't be like me. I want to move fast. And I just feel like I'm gonna read 300 pages and half of the things I'm never gonna use. Some of it I'm not gonna understand. I just want to learn the thing that I want to learn. So I don't read books. I just go in search of the exact information that I need, like how to do that thing. And that gets me to the result I want way faster. I ain't got to overthink about all the things that were said in this book. I know that sounds bad. I do not read books. What text app do you use? Postscripts is charging me out crazy. So I have used all of them. I use SMS Bump for Brazen, my boutique, and I also use Postscripts for the Boutique Academy. I use both. SMS Bump is my favorite though. What is the difference between Lifetimely and Delirious Profit? So I haven't used Lifetimely in a while. Lifetimely is more for your finances, I would say, because you can add things in about your finances. Delirious Profit is, I would say Lifetimely can do pretty much everything that Delirious Profit can do, except I'm sorry. Yeah, it can do pretty much everything Delirious Profit can do. Lifetimely has more of like the expense side of your business that you can add in there. Woo! Oh my goodness. So run one campaign with several ad sets. No, well, you can run several ad sets, but also several ads. So you can add multiple ad sets and then run multiple ads to that ad set. So I can have a carousel and a video and a single image and multiples. Like I be putting like 12 different ads in a campaign, and I might have 3 different ad sets in a campaign. Where are you having the ads class in the program and the membership in the program? There is an ads course inside of my membership though. Um, yeah. Ooh. Yes, I do one-on-ones, but you have to fill out an application for it. Thanks, Misha. How to find good vendors. I would recommend getting a account on fashiongo.net. I'll put it in the chat if you're not familiar. Fashiongo.net will give you access to thousands of vendors all on one platform. You just have to have a business license to access it. The people who teach the right seminars and classes teach you what they read, just pay it faster. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep, SMS bump Trish. What should we post on TikTok when the samples have not come in? Personality driven content. So if you haven't, here's the thing. This is why level 1 of my program is brand building. Because when people don't know what to say, it's because they don't have clarity about what their brand is. It doesn't matter how much inventory my business does or does not have. I always have something to talk about because I know what my brand is. So if I didn't have inventory, I would be talking about things like being a homebody. I would be talking about how I hate wearing jeans and I only want to wear leggings for the rest of my life. I would be just creating content to attract my target audience. But if you don't know what your brand is and if you don't know who your target audience is, it's very, very hard to create a content plan. Um, um, my computer died as we were copying the chat GPT. Can you paste it again? I just pasted it again. Can you explain the first steps to rebranding or elevating your existing brand? I want to hone in on my marketing and branding more. So it would be first clarifying what is this brand, like in words, what is this brand? Secondly, who is this brand for? Um, Third, doing market research. Research is the name of the game. Consumers tell you everything you need to know about their preferences on the internet every day. People complain about what they like. I'm sorry, what they don't like, what they hate, what they wish existed, what they wish didn't exist. People literally tell you everything you need to know. So market research, researching how consumers feel about the thing that you want to sell. The things, there's always somebody else that's already selling what you're selling. You just need to research what people are saying about that. So starting there, and then from there, clarifying like what you want it to look like, what you want it to sound like. Generally speaking, giving your brand a personality, thinking about it like it's a human being and saying, this is what it looks like. This is what it sounds like. This is what it does. This is what it doesn't do. This is what it believes in, and giving yourself basically stipulations for how you approach business, how you show up on the internet, and again, how you want people to perceive your brand. So you have to ask yourself, like, what do I want people to believe to be true? And then ask yourself, what am I going to do, say, and offer to align with that? You're welcome, Giovanna. Okay, guys, I am about to skedaddle up in here. I have enjoyed this. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. I will send this replay to you guys. If not tonight, I'll send it tomorrow, first thing. And if you have any questions about anything, feel free to send me a DM on Instagram. I'm always on Instagram. And that's it. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're so welcome. All right, guys, I will see you on the internet, and I wish you guys all the success in the world. See you later.